What is going on? And happy Metal Mondays, guys. I'm not going to scream. What is going on? And happy Metal Mondays, guys. I'm not going to scream.
Sorry about that. I had the audio on.
That's all right. I do it all the time. Can you guys hear me? What's up, Demonoc, channel member? Gone awry. How are you, my brother? Nuts for Knives, channel member. How are you, my friend? Welcome to Metal Mondays. Pocket Metal may join us. He's got some work he's catching up on. And guess what else he had happen? Good thing. Let me show y'all this and see if you can tell me what this is. This will be like the first quiz of the night. Let's see if this will let me do this. If y'all can tell me what this is. All right, I don't want his story. I want his, all right. That's frustrating. I'm going to have to go to Instagram on the website instead of the app. And I'm going to pull up what I just pulled up. And I'm going to pull up my messages, but it won't show up in my messages. Damn it. All right, I'm going to have to show it in his story. Never mind. What I'm going to do, because for some reason the desktop version won't let me switch over to my knife addict life, so I'm going to show y'all a picture from here and tell me if y'all can see that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, but you see it's like metal, right?
Okay. Now that I see it on the regular screen, I can tell that it looks more metallic.
Okay. Does anybody know what those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 metal pins are? I gave it away.
Looks like nails.
Huh?
Looks like nails.
That's the pins that came out of his broken hand. He got them removed yesterday. So he and Chimiette went over to Seattle and went to the orthopedist, and I haven't talked to him to see how they were going to come out, because I feel like, because he said he felt them pushing against the skin. So I don't know if they just get in there with forceps and pull them out. I don't know how they do that, but he's working on the computer now. So it must not have been as bad as the initial surgery. That's right, Demonoc. That's what it is. Jeffrey Dawson, channel member. What is up? Howdy, Brashear Bears. Pretty Fly for a Knife Guy. Michael Morgan, channel member. Pretty Fly, channel member. Jeffrey Dawson, you guys snuck in. Michael Morgan, brand new American. Good to see you guys tonight. Happy Metal Mondays light. We'll try to have fun. We'll try to keep it real. We'll talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. And what's up, Stephen Wallace? Welcome, buddy. So you're taking the week off, man. I think that's awesome, Dark Gravity.
I just needed a break.
I know the feeling.
No, we always take off when Noah, gets his spring break, and usually try to do something. But my uncle he had 5 bypass surgeries today.
Oh, is he okay?
It's fine. Right now, he's fine. My mom went over there. It's her baby brother. So, keep going.
Absolutely.
My mom normally goes with us. And it's just because it's just my mom. My dad's passed away. So, we like to take. My sister does the same thing. My little brother does the same thing. They'll take my mom with them on some of the vacation they do, just to, give my mom something to do. And so we usually take her on the spring break vacation. But like I said, with other stuff going on, we just decided to stay home this year and actually take a vacation and relax.
I tell you what, those are for me. And again, I'm not big into traveling. I love going to the beach. I love going to Blade Show. I love going to the mountains, like up to Tennessee. I don't like taking long trips if I don't have to. I always travel for work, so I think it's kind of burns me out. But I think staycation, staying home and having the time off, especially with your wife, if you're doing it with Noah, I think that's awesome.
Well, vacation, a lot of times it really vacation. It's kind of another side job,
The planning, the money. I mean, think of what you can get for the same money doing what y'all are doing. The type things you do that you can actually get tangible things. But again, memories are good too. What is up, D Metal? Welcome, channel member. What's up, brother?
It's all about, just doing stuff. You don't really have to go nowhere or do anything in particular to do stuff with your family. I don't think. Not that it's not nice, but just hanging out is good enough for me most of the time.
Yeah, I'm going through some stuff at work with some of the people above me, and I need to probably take a week, a good spring break, maybe next week, the week before Matt comes up here. It'd be hard to do, but it's one of those things. Let's all watch it together. Supposedly Shane uploaded a video just now called No More Nipples.
He probably got flagged on his video
for showing his nipples. Should we watch it together? Let's check it out.
I'm sure I want to see his nipples, but
let's find Edgy American here.
It popped up on mine a second ago.
There he is.
No more nipples.
Can y'all hear that audio? I'm not sharing it yet, so you probably can't.
I was going to say, I can't hear it.
Yeah, okay, I didn't think so. I can hear it. So I think y'all will be able to hear it once I skip the ad. He's got a non-skippable ads, guys. I'll never do that to y'all. All right, let me share the screen.
He's got to get his money somehow.
Skippable ads. You want the user experience, because YouTube's going to put them up there anyway, right? If people want to watch the ads, they can watch the ads. I don't. I skip them. I don't expect people to. Tell me if y'all can hear that when we get it started.
Most of the ads they do suck, so I don't.
What's up, guys? Got a little unboxing for you today. As you guys know, you're probably well aware of and sick of, often do my live streams topless. Could be completely naked. That's for you guys to figure out. And some people had actually started adding no nipple filters to their screen, blocking out the bottom half of it, which is hilarious. So I decided to fix it. I'm sure you guys have seen all over Instagram lately that We the People hosters have been spamming our Instagram feed with this t-shirt offer. It says it's a $25 t-shirt for only $10.
He's gonna cut it.
I decided to give it a shot. And I want to tell you the reason why I ordered it, because it also stated that it's just a package slip, invoice, whatever, that these t-shirts are 100% made in the United States of America. And I thought, and if I can get a t-shirt that's made in America, $10 with something cool on it, I can't pass that up. So I ordered it. So that's what we're doing today. We're going to check it out, see what I got.
Kyle Coonley, what's up, channel member? We're checking out Shane's video. If this is boring, y'all, if y'all start dropping, I'll kill it.
3XL, super fat. That's for me. So
with the neck roll.
Let's check out the label in here first. See what this says. As you can see there, it says We the People holsters, 100% made in USA, 3XL. And this is the pattern that I got.
This is a pretty cool shirt. We the people.
It's got the We the People logo on the left shirt sleeve. If my fumbling fingers can get it open so I can show you guys. That's on the left shirt sleeve. And on the right shirt sleeve,
I bet they did.
Is what else? America. America right there on the shirt sleeve. So we'll put this bad boy on so that you guys don't have to stare at my nakedness any longer. Guys, I'll tell you, this is not, I can tell already, this is not a Teespring nearly see-through t-shirt material. It's nice and soft, feels really good so far.
He's probably all broken out now at the emergency room.
The fit is quite excellent, actually. So there we go. We the People. They advertise these things as $25 a piece, but they have them on special right now for $10. I have ordered 2 of them. This one and one more. I will tell you guys,
channel member,
the
welcome,
shipping
brother.
is a little bit
Edgy
slow.
American is a nice shirt.
They're not dishonest about that. Somewhere in the ad, it takes 7 to 10 days to process the order and whatnot. So, in all honesty, this actually got here a little quicker than I thought it would by reading the ad. So, just keep that in mind. It's not Amazon. It's not going to be here overnight. But I will say this, guys. The reason why I was interested in this shirt is because, it's a nice. It's got some cool patriotic shit on it.
I like it. That's where I got my holster belt
I'm used to paying
from.
about $25 for.
Yeah, I know I haven't seen the shirt advertised on mine. I'm being inundated by Tacoba's boots, and I ain't even looked at Tacoba's, but
Let me send Shane a link real quick.
but not. I told you earlier that I wanted to come on here because I wanted to say something good about Shane. It's hard to do. But something he said last night really got my attention, and I think it's something we all forget. He's been on that Rockwell hardness kick, and and I agree with him. He's not wrong, but sometimes we get blinded by things that we forget what we're really here for. We're here for the knives. We're here for the community.
Cutty officer knives.
Nothing's ever going to be perfect. Nothing's ever going to be exactly the way we think it's supposed to be. And so we can focus on the shit and it be shit, or we can focus on the positive sides of it. Sometimes make decisions. I just caught out of the corner of my eye that Hinderer shirts are soft. Pretty Fly's right about that. But
I hear Hinderer shirts are soft. I should be putting these up. I'm such a terrible host. I apologize, guys.
But
I'm the worst. And I've got ADHD and I've got a moth fucking with my light over here.
The point that he was making is really relevant for a lot of us because a lot of us have done that at different times. We get frustrated with a company and then just basically write them off. And we shouldn't do that. We should send them emails. We should communicate with them. If they won't communicate with us, we should communicate with them. But be positive.
That's true. People take information much more readily if you come at it with logic and kindness, and you don't come at it with an attack type of mentality.
And right, and that thing is,
I hear you, brother. I'm glad you're here.
It's I don't know how many people's in the chat right now because mine's not updated. Or once I clicked in, it don't update like it does. Without me logging out and logging
Sharp
back
Guy
in.
ATX is in here. Welcome, brother. Channel member.
But we got.
I have no idea.
We got 40 people in here. Just say 30 people in here. 30, 40 emails does a whole lot better than just my one email.
That's true. I mean, it's a concerted effort, you know, if and the whole thing is it doesn't have to be scandalous. We can organize on a live stream, or we can organize just through a community video, you know, just letting people know, look, this is kind of an issue. Should we contact this company and voice our opinions, you know?
Well, it's just, if you agree, send the pot, you know, but be polite, I guess is the way to put it. You know, my email, I'll be honest with you, that I sent to Hinder and I was not, no. And so they probably made it about 1 or 2 sentences and deleted the fucking thing. You know, and it's quite possible if they're inundated with hundreds or thousands of negative emails that they'll look at it and listen. But I mean, that's what Medford did. You know, Greg was inundated with what the fuck, and he listened to that. But I think Hinder is a sensitive little bitch.
Right.
Thinking, and you're going to have to come at him with kid gloves and rainbows and uniforms. You know, I think that's the way we need to approach all of them. I mean, when you get, you know, ZT's offerings have kind of gone to shit. So if we go, you know, we all start emailing ZT and be like, what the fuck, man? You know, you did the 0308 and that's it. Everything else they've offered for the last multiple years, I couldn't even tell you is shit.
See, they've been so off my radar for as long as I've been in the game. I wouldn't even know what to request. I would have to rely on you guys to know what they should be doing differently than they're doing now, because I've never really been attracted to the, you know, that knife A to Z got, that big one that's got kind of the big pivot. I mean, I don't even know what they're called, but you were with him, I think. Yeah, I mean, are those the good ones? What's up, Dang Ross? Welcome, channel member. G-Ball.
Zero Tolerance built their reputation on big, bulky knives. And I'm not saying they got to be big, bulky knives, but they did a lot of collaborations with Hinder and Tin Onion and made some really tough, you know, badass looking knives. And I mean, some of the Sinkovich knives are cool, but they also did the composite bladed knives, you know, where they took and used one type of steel for the spine and another type, but instead of doing it like Damascus, they I can't even soldered it or whatever you want to call it. They made it in funky zigzag patterns and things of that nature, weird puzzle shapes, and then used a form of solder to hold the two pieces together. And it was just neat. It was different. But they used to do a lot of stuff that was kind of, it was just cool. I mean, there ain't no way to put it. They just do cool shit, and now they do shit.
The closest I came to buying one, which was probably not one of the cool ones, it was when it was on sale at Knife Center. That's how I used to buy a lot of my knives. I would go to the sale page, and that's how I ended up with so many weird knives. But the Sinkovich, that little weird looking one, would that be considered kind of when they lost their way? That's not overbuilt by any means.
Sinkovich is the only ones that, in my opinion, have kind of done okay. Everything else has been designed in-house, and that's where they're screwing up, is they're using their own fucking brain to make shit, and their brain ain't working.
I mean, that'd be the way to approach. Not that they're going to listen, but like you say, at least it's making an effort to try to make them better, right? And if you do it in a nice way, or in a
well, if you look at the companies killing it in the knife industry, all of them are using custom knife makers as resources. You know, you look at whether it's the BB all the way through the Rio. You know, you've got $50, $75 knives that are being designed by custom knife makers. You've got $600, $700 knives being designed by custom knife makers going through these shops. You know, unfortunately, most of them are in China, but I mean, Zero tolerance was used to be a location that companies or individuals could have their knives made or potentially have them made if there was enough demand for them. But now the people killing it are using, the custom makers. They're not coming up with their own in-house design. Look at Riot's in-house designs. They suck.
They're terrible. I mean, they're the worst. Hey, Dark Gravity. Some people in chat are saying you're kind of muffled.
Well, a train went through a minute ago, and that's probably.
I can hear you much better now.
Yeah, the train went through a little bit ago, and I thought that as soon as it started coming through, I was like, that damn train's going to drown me out.
But I've picked up, like, I set out 5 knives that are budget knives that I consider budget knives, well under $100, in some cases under 50, and some of them are original designs, but they're good designs. And it's almost, to take Shane's point, it's almost disheartening to see these knives get good reviews and these knives get positive feedback, and then the Kershaw knives or some of these knives that are in the same price range or just a little bit more get terrible reviews, and for the right reasons. They don't work as well as knives like this. This is the CMB Predator, and they make it in green micarta, and this is the red micarta, the first one it came out in. And I saw it on Jared Neve's channel right off the get-go, and I went to Atlantic Knives because they weren't selling them at many places. But I want to say this knife was like $56, and it's got a bar lock, it's got really stiff springs. Yeah, it's a D2, but it's got kind of a unique blade shape, but it's really not unique because it's just a spear point, right? But it's got that interesting sharpening choil and just a real nice rounded full overlay micarta scale. But I don't see anything wrong with that knife. And I don't know why we don't have companies that are doing things that are, and you talk about YouTubers, this is still, and I'm not a fan of the YouTuber because I'm convinced he's the reason I bought what I bought in the middle of the night the other night. But this knife right here is, to me, just inset nested liners. Nice, but what is it, 14C or 154? I forget what this one is. Some of you guys in the chat might know, but the Growler is a great knife. In terms of just a basic design where you don't have any blade problems, you don't have any walk, it's centered, it's functional, and it's not expensive. This is probably on the higher end of what I brought out. And then a lot of people hate this knife, but I think it's probably one of the best knives of the year, budget or otherwise. This little Volsteed Nightshade without the flipper. This thing, Dark Gravity, is probably the sliciest knife in my entire collection. It has fantastic action. It's centered. Yeah, I don't love the stainless liners, but I'm used to that. This knife was, I want to say, $67 maybe. And it's a, full-size, medium-sized knife that cuts just about anything, that's made well. It's got 154 cm, and I've sharpened it, and it does sharpen very well. The steel feels great, burrs up very nicely, and it's well under $100. It's $70 tops. And that's a design that kind of looks like knives we've seen, but to me, it's pretty unique. I don't know which came first, this or the Chillin', because this came out a long time ago with just a flipper. Remember when this knife came out before, where it was a solid blade with the flipper tab?
Yeah.
So I don't know if this is just a common pattern or what, but I mean, really great knives. And I haven't seen, even though ZT plays in that higher priced realm, I haven't seen anything except I've heard that, Kevin loves the out the front that Kershaw made. But see, I don't have any desire for an out the front knife. It's just not anything I'd use.
Well, the OTF has been made by everybody anyway, so it's not anything new or special. It's just them doing what everybody else has done. I mean, Microtech and Benchmade has been making OTFs for decades. And I mean, the design's been around for I don't know how many years. 50, 75 years, I don't know, is how long the OTF's been out.
Right. And how many times can you change it? I would think the biggest, and I don't even know if it's a revolution, because from what I understand, the gravity knife's been out forever, but
oh yeah,
the closest I've been to any type of out the front is definitely the Riot XOM. I told you I went by and handled A to Z's and played with it for a little while. Man, and then I was on somebody's live, Lefty's live Saturday night, and they found a place that had the Tantos in stock, and I was real close to pulling the trigger. I did what would WWTD, and I didn't do it, but it's a knife that I really think I'd enjoy. And Lefty keeps talking about being worried that he's going to forget to lock it. I don't think that would ever be a problem for me, because every time I opened it, yeah, I'm talking, you're about to sell your M-Lock, Ed? Your XO M-Lock? DM me. Are you on Instagram? And what blade is it? I'm loving the Tanto. The drop point's not out of the question, but I just don't like double-edged. Did I show you this little guy that I swore I'd never buy?
I watched your video earlier.
Oh, with my unboxing?
Yeah, I think you unboxed that and the sex wax.
Yeah. Do you remember you were in Nashville when we met Fred, remember?
Yeah, I remember meeting him.
I
just wanted to call it sex wax because
I was on his Instagram and he messaged me that he'd come out with this. And what this stuff is it's a cleaner, but it's more, he said it's kind of like a gentler Fritz or Flitz. What's that stuff called? The polishing compound. So, when you read the label, I think I read it in the video, it says you can use it on Damascus, that it won't scratch blades. This is Wicked Wax is made by Dupree's Forge. We met him at the Tennessee Knife Show, and I've got my screen mirrored. So this is a wax that you can use. I use it on my blades, and then I wipe it off just kind of for therapy. It's kind of like a beard balm, but I just rub it on the blade and then rub it off, and it gives you a moisture protectant. So it makes it, allegedly, if you continue to apply it, monthly or however often, I don't know how often, it keeps your knife from rusting. And then this is a cleaner that will actually remove light rust, light scratches. It looks kind of like Fritz, but it seems thicker. And I've not rubbed it on any blades yet. But see, when I'm watching live streams, if I'm not sitting there with a box of knives flipping them, I will sit there and I will rub on my knives. I will maintain them. I usually don't break them down when I'm watching stuff because I've had stuff fly off too moo times. But I will sit there and do blade maintenance. And with me, I love either like the Wicked Wax, or I use this Coon oil that I can buy at Smoky Mountain Knife Works. That's great stuff. I recommend it to anybody. And then I use that frog. It's not frog paste. I think it might be frog paste. It's a little tin of paste that does kind of the same thing as the Wicked Wax, but something about holding a knife and rubbing something real smoothly, into the blade where you're not cutting yourself. You're working with the blade, kind of like you would with a strop, and you get everything worked in, and then you rub it off. Something about that's just pleasing to me. I'm a freak. Huh?
You just like stroking.
I like stroking my blades. That's about a fact. So I'm going to start with you, Dark Gravity. What'd you carry today? I carried that tonight. but I carried like I have every day since I got it, the 9, which I think is a fantastic knife. I can't wait to do a full review on that. And then in my left pocket, I carried my little Hella Fixie.
Well,
So that's what I carried.
talking about zero tolerance earlier, I carried my de-assisted ZT0566. I was talking to A to Z the other day, and I don't know why I took it out of the case because it was sitting next to an XM18, but I took it out of the case and stuck it in my pocket, and it's been in my pocket for the last 2 or 3 days now. But I'm de-assisted. It actually has a good detent, and so it works. I mean, fine. Sure, I could fail it, if I wanted to, but.
Yeah, you can fail almost any knife if you want to.
For a knife that
Gone awry, I bet you could.
It actually works really good. And then I carried a Winchester Moose, which is a traditional.
Just a little, is it a single blade or?
No, it's got 2 blades in it. I guess a spade blade and a clip blade.
Nice. Do you just carry those just down in the bottom of your pocket, or do you carry them in a slip?
I just drop them in my pocket. I've tried to do a slip one time, and slips just aren't for me. I'm just
This one, Joshua?
drop it in the bottom of my pocket kind of person.
And that's the way I think I'm going to do it. Lefty was going to sell me a sheath, but I don't think my knife will fit in it. Is this what you were talking about, Joshua, or the slip joint? This is a little superlative with that, and you don't pronounce it that way, I don't think, and it's called a Hella. And they make it in a black with micarta handles, and then this little one, they're both M390 and just little finger knives. Like, I think it kind of runs in the same circle as my MKMs, my little Micro 1 and my Micro 2, which are 2 of my favorite carry everyday little knives. And the way I've been carrying this one mostly, because I've been carrying the sheep's foot more, is in just a little leather pouch that it came in that has that magnet that retains it. Just drop it in my pocket. That's the way I like for those little ones to roll. All right, so Z-Man had a pair of 3, and he got his Best Tech Belia in the mail. I don't think I know what that one is. Do you know what that one is?
What?
RWS carried his Dieware Solo. Hold on one second. Let me get up and catch up with these carries. Michael carried his Kaiser Domain sheep's foot today. I think that's where everybody was, because now we're back up here to eating Shorty's curb wax, which would be good. It would be delicious. Dieware, I know that's a sweet little knife. And then Demonoc had the Nimble and the Shaman. Nice carry. And then Z-Man had his pair of 3, and he got his Best Tech Behaya. I'm going to have to check that out.
One thing I wanted to say when you were talking about that Wicked Wax earlier,
Uh-huh.
I have a Wells Custom that has an M2 tool steel blade on it, and I put some EDCI on it. Don't do that.
There's a special way you've got to do EDCI, and I don't like it.
I'm not special, and I don't know how to do it. I just put it on the damn blade, and now I got little sprinkles all over the blade. And I don't like that.
I don't like it either. I've got some and I don't use it. And do you remember when we were up there 2 years ago and the guy had just bought that, and he showed me, because I've got a little bag that I keep one of my rags in so it won't get contaminated, and he said you spray it and leave it on for 10 seconds and then you rub it all the way off, and I'm thinking that's way too much work.
Well, see, that's what I did with mine, because I knew you only left it on there for a few seconds and you rubbed it off. But I'm thinking, see, he's the guy that Todd Begg is, who owns EDCI now. He makes those super high polish blades. And so it may work on those. You know, he does really high polished stainless steel. It doesn't work worth a damn on tool steel.
No.
As far as the appearance. Now, it may function fine.
But it doesn't look good.
But it makes the blade look like the blade's wet. And it stays looking that way. And if I had a good camera system with good lighting, I would show it. But that's one thing I'll say is it may be perfectly fine on regular knife blades, regular stainless blades, but it didn't work good on an M2 tool steel.
Mersal, is a brother CF slip joint? Is that? Are you here, or is that a European maker? Are you familiar with Brother?
Brother is normally I see that with folks like from England and places of that nature, but I think there's somebody here that you can buy it from. I'm just not 100% sure. And
I'm making notes of the ones I want to look up. The Bahia.
Brother makes traditional style.
Yeah, that's what he said. A Brother slip joint, a Brother CF carbon fiber. Because today, after I unboxed with my horror my slip joint that I couldn't believe I ordered, I started looking at the QSP Hog, the $57 one, the micarta.
Yeah.
They also have a carbon fiber one. Jeffrey Dawson was carrying an AWB Model 1 V6, Shane's favorite knife, Bradford Guardian 3, which is an awesome knife, and a beat all to hell Griptilian. As it should be. Great carry, my friend. And then Michael Morgan, here's the best tech. Bahia, how do you pronounce that? Bahia?
I have no idea. I was sitting here looking at it. I was wondering that myself. I thought maybe
we're going to have to pull it up here just right now. And an OTEP Hell, O-Stop Hell Hawkbill. Is that a fixed blade or is that one of the kick stops? Tech.
I would do S90B G-Ball.
Let's see.
Even on S90B and heat treated worth of shit, it still cuts better.
Acid Test Kids has a Manix 2 and S30V, which is just plenty. There's nothing wrong with that. Kyle Coonley, are you talking to Lambert Rain or is that what you're carrying? Because I'm not familiar with Lambert Rain either, but I'm a green pea. I know nothing. Stonehands is carrying a Manix 2 and Rex 45. That is a win. And the only Rex 45 I have is on my little Bradford 3 that I traded with Edgy American, who has his PM2 on him today. Is it your 110V one, brother? Did it turn up for you? Or is that one of your others? Donna Rye carried the wee kite fin at work and then the J-Cal tonight at home. Man, the J-Cal is such a win. And I haven't done it yet. I've got to put this in a box and I've got to figure out how to really box it up right. Because I've got several River's Edge cutlery boxes that are thicker than my U.S. postal boxes. And I've got this one that I'll send in this sheet to Joe, which is my J-Cal smaller one. But both of these, I'm having him make more understated sheaths. They're going to look not like this, but more like this than the one that Stevie got or the one that Twang Thing got that has the pattern. I just want it to be kind of rustic leather with the clip and with Joe's maker's mark on it. And then when I get those back and get settled, I actually have a couple more knives to send him. Joshua the Kaiser Theta Custom. That is awesome. I have got the Blade Series Kaiser Theta, which was an Eliza Isham collab, and just stainless or titanium and S35VN. I love that knife. That is an absolutely cool knife. And Copperlight Steve has been working on breaking in the Magna Cut native saw. Sharp enough to cut the crap out of me. That doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound good. Did you have to get stitches?
Dopey carried a Sheepdog XL, his Beyond EDC Night Horse, the VV Conspirator, and purple and green Boker Kalishnikov, the Boker Joker. I love it. El Capped Addict, the Cold Steel Verdict from JB. Nice. That's a mad win. No, that's one I can't carry at work either, and I wouldn't. I think it's there. Even the smallest ones might scare people. I've got it pulled up, Demonoc. I'm actually looking at it now, and this is the little one. Y'all tell me if this is the one that that our friend Beard of Doom cut banana trees in the backyard with, or was his more tactical looking? Let me show you this little knife.
Wow.
Can y'all see that?
That is fucking wicked.
Yeah, and the action's supposed to be super good. 2.1 inch blade. They have it in all different colorways.
That's just a fucking murder weapon. I'm sorry.
Well, and that's what you would think, that Beard worked in his backyard and said it's a perfect gardening knife. He was cutting old banana tree, like the old, I didn't know how banana trees shed, but basically the bark or the old banana leaf stuff falls off and it's kind of thick, but he was just cutting through it with that little knife.
I mean, it looks like it would cut the hell out of some shit with that curved blade and the shape and the curved handle. I mean, it looks like it would be one hell of a cut.
$63, guys.
It's going to be uncomfortable as fuck. I don't think there's going to be a middle ground with it.
And I'm sure we can find somewhere better than Blade 8 Screw to buy it.
I'm just thinking that looking at it, it's either going to be amazing or suck really bad. One of the two.
Hey, guys.
All those curves, I don't think there'll be a middle ground.
Let's go leave Shane a like and a comment on his video to get him a little extra love, because it is a great video. But that doesn't mean, Shane, that you're not going to you're going to start wearing shirts. And by the way, Mike M was live. Y'all
say Shane is free the nipple.
Yeah, I think you need to. I think your shirtless, casual Sundays are really a win.
Cut the nipples out.
You don't have to show the nipples. I can understand how that could be problematic, and some people might get offended. Officer of NAFS carried the Civivi Elementum and the CJRB Pyrite. I have an Elementum, and I'm dying to try Pyrite.
Hey, John, Mimo says that White Mountain Knives has, I guess. He says WMK.
Let's go there and show everybody so they can, if they want to go get one, they can use one of their YouTuber friends' codes, save 10%, and not. And White Mountain Knives is fine, guys. I just literally, with 100%, I swear to y'all, watched the Max Ace Black Mirror go from $142 to out of stock to in stock the next day at $187 after Jared Nee's video. So I went to Max Ace's website in China, just like going to Spyderco's site here in America, to get a deal, and paid list for it, $142. And then now, because Jared has had a conversation with Blade HQ, they brought the price back down. DAI, what was the back end of the Best Tech? What's it called? You know my memory. It's shot.
BIHIA.
All right, I'm not seeing it at WMK.
He may have been talking about something else. I just saw him.
Yeah, and again, it's available. Blade HQ is not that bad. It's just one of those places that just pisses me off.
I'm just not the best at keeping up with cats sometimes.
G-Ball said, I almost got the QC9, but he's thinking about the Caledon S90V for $285 or 20CV for $330. I would say 20CV for $330 without a doubt. I've never seen the Caledon. I know it. I have seen it. I haven't handled it. I'm sure it's awesome. But I can tell you that you like the knives that I like that I've seen, and I will guarantee you, even though I just failed that miserably, that you will love this knife. This will be, you will say, oh my God, this is as good as any knife in my collection. But you can get it later.
I told him that's 90V.
Yeah, I mean, if that's what he wants to go with, the Caledon's a totally different knife. And it's a great knife. I'm sure there's nothing wrong with it. And you can always pick up a 9. I'm sure 9s will come, 9s will go. 9 made me so much a quiet carry believer that I was on their website for way too long the other day looking at...
Z-Man is offering to jump on here.
Huh?
Z-Man said he'll jump on and show his beehive.
His beehive.
I told you how to spell it wrong, too, so that's probably why you couldn't find it on White Mountain Knives. It's B-I-H-A-I instead of I-A.
Let me find...
I see that Mr. Hands is joined us. Can't wipe his ass or jack off.
Well, he's supposed to be jumping in. He's got a link. Where is he?
Z-Man or Panic?
Panic.
Oh, well, Panic's in the chat.
Well, I was hoping Panic would jump in and join us.
That's who I was talking about. Couldn't wipe his ass and can't jack
Well, that's
off.
what I thought, Goob.
He probably can't type either.
Well, that's why he needs to just be talking. He just needs to jump on. He was on Edgy's the other night.
Oh, I saw him. I
And
figured
Edgy said he can't join because what was he doing?
he's fixing
Running
his
around
nipple.
naked?
I figure Panic's done got his stitches out by now.
I don't think so.
It's
All
been, what, 10 days, 12 days?
It's been maybe 10 days.
I mean, I don't know how deep the individual
Dude, it was
cut
fucking deep. He'll say it's not deep. Z-Man, I haven't forgotten you. I'm just trying to get the link. I'm trying to multitask here, and I'm not good at it.
If the deeper it is, the longer the stitches have to stay in.
Let me get back to my carries here. I've left
I
people
think-
high and dry.
Oh, Nemo's got an OnlyFans.
Let's see here. G-Ball Vision has a Thai hedgehog and a micarta hog. How do you like the micarta hog, G-Ball Vision? After I got my Ohio Riverjack sheep's foot, my first slip joint that I swore I'd never get, that I bought 100% asleep. The only reason I knew I bought it was because I had a confirmation the next day. But I do like it, and I did go and look at the hedgehog afterwards. But I need more information. And then One Moon carried the Crudo Feroce Black, the HMC Mini Transit, the Nefarious Artco Pick, the Two Saint Tactical Lighter, the Mini Duresta Pick, the Mighty Hank for my tablet screen, and Rag for me. Nice, nice. Hey, Z-Man, we're just reading some carries real quick.
Morning,
So here's
Sunshine.
that little guy.
Oh,
When
yeah.
I say little, like it's literally the size of the baby banter.
But it still looks like it fucked some shit up.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
got a lot more hand space.
And it's a top flipper, so you can see the little, well, get it better in the light there.
I hate a top flipper. That's not going
Got
to
a
sell
little-
me on it.
Got the little mohawk. I can middle finger flick it, but it takes a little effort 'cause it's so small, you know? Like it, and I gotta catch it just right.
No, man, I can middle finger flick.
There we go.
How does it feel in your hand? Because I figured with all them.
Oh, dude, the
turns-
ergos are great. For being how small it is, the ergos are great with that choil.
I
Yeah.
can middle finger flick that, so I'm sure I can middle finger flick a Best Tech. This is on washers. Whoops, I failed it.
Whoops.
Whoops, I failed it again.
I can get it, it just takes a little.
Little effort. I
Yeah.
was bragging. I flicked it the first time. Now I failed it 4 times in a
But
row.
It's almost identical size as the baby banter, though. It's just a little thinner in the handle.
Can you reverse flick the baby banter? Off the stud?
It doesn't really drop shut either. It 'cause
Yeah,
it's
I'm
so
not
light.
I'm not a big drop shut. It doesn't have to drop shut.
I can reverse flick the baby banter.
So it's easier to reverse flick the baby banter than the little Best Tech?
Kinda. It's easier to grab that thumb stud. I just got my finger in the way. That's the problem. There we go.
See, the only thing about the little Dia, how do you pronounce it? Dia?
Dude, I have no idea. Yeah, I'm as
Look
lost as
who
you are
is
on
here.
that one.
The host.
Biha, Baiha. What's up,
With
Pocket
the
Metal?
most.
Not much. How you doing, man?
How are you, buddy?
Okay. Just taking a little work break here and thought I'd come in and see what you guys are up to.
How is your hand, my friend? I saw that you had your pins removed.
Yeah, I got them out Friday. It's sore. It's kind of funny that that's the sorest it's been was having those things taken out. But I didn't realize. Went in there Friday and I asked, the surgeon was a very small lady, doctor, and I was like, how do you take them out? She's like, well, we cut into the side of your hand and then I take a pair of pliers and pull them out. And I was like, they've been in there for like 6 weeks. I was like, if the bone healed, wouldn't that mean that also the pins have then grown into the bone also? And she's like, well, it shouldn't be that hard. They're smooth, blah, blah, blah. I don't know how long it took them to get them out. It was 2 ladies doing this. But I was sitting there, grabbed onto the fucking table that they had to keep it, like, to have something so they could, like, and they were just, like, yanking on those things as hard as they could. She tried to convince me. She's like, we could just go and take you back to the place where we did your surgery and then knock you out and then do it that way. I was like, yeah, but you said you were going to do it here today and I don't feel it coming back. So we're going to do this today in the office.
Yeah, they were trying to bow out gracefully and not have to do it. Was it painful because you didn't have any local or any shot or anything?
They numbed it and it made it through about 90% of the surgery or the whatever you want to call it. I don't know. And then they went to cut another hole to grab another one out. I was like, oh, I felt that cut. So I was like, you might want to numb me back up because I can feel you cutting me now. So yeah, and they let me. That's what was in the picture was the pins. I made a little pentagram out of the bloody pins that they gave me.
I think that's so cool that they gave them to you.
Yeah, I told them I was like, I'm gonna keep them. I was like, you guys can't keep it.
I paid for them.
Yeah, right.
Pretty Fly carried his PM2, Tanto, and M4. That is sweet. Did you see my my honor of you little pentagram up here on StreamYard?
No, where's it at? Oh, that's okay. So it's kind of a little Gaelic and a little upside down.
All right, that's right. It's supposed to be. Let's do this.
That looks like some Wiccan shit.
All right,
I was wondering if you was going to say something about that.
Oh, we love trees and want to dance around in the grass.
We can do that one. Till I pull this up. I've got other ones.
Pocket Metal dancing around naked in the woods is completely fine. I support any organization that wants to do that.
I got this week too, Javon.
Ooh, the G cleaver.
Yeah, I'm waiting on an ulti clip for it though. If I haven't carried it yet.
I got the little, because if you go to Bradford's website, so it comes with the Kydex sheath, right?
Yeah, and this thing, but I'm not gonna wear it around my neck. It's too heavy for that, I think.
Yeah, I've got mine just as I had an ulti clip on it, but it made it ride too high in my pocket, so I took the ulti clip off and I just drop it in. I just free pocket it, but you can't then draw it out of the sheath where you can with an ulti clip. And if you wear it in a hip pocket, like 5, if you're wearing what are those pants that you have clip pockets in? If you clip it somewhere like that, it works fine. Yeah. But this
I'm gonna try the ulti clip and see if I like it. And if I don't like the ulti clip, then I'm probably gonna send it off to Joe and have him make me something.
Or you can put the horizontal loops on it, and you can buy those on Amazon for $12, or get Joe to make you some.
Yeah, and I've got some of those from
Pocket Metal.
I've got some of those from Joe on this guy right here. Joe made me these ones for my sea snake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm scrolling through these comments, and I see that Semper Fi says something about 4 people here, or 4 people, and now Jake is here. Who the fuck is Jake?
I've been so far away from the comments. Let me go down here to new comments. Let me get caught up.
Who's Jake?
Oh yeah, you want to go see Elmer Fudd? Elmer's live.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
That's kind of what I think.
He
What
comes-
is up, Bama Ninja?
Yeah, I seen Illuminati rolling and say hi too. What's up, buddy?
Hey, Illuminati. I've been ignoring the chat since Pocket Metal came in, and I was listening about his trauma because Great
Jake is
Panic
not
has.
the guy on the bottom left. That is me.
How can I move you to the top left to your ascending position?
Oh, it's fine. I'm not going to be in here for very long.
I think StreamYard does it based on the order that you join.
You can swap them around.
Do you
Jake
just
doesn't-
drag?
You just drag and drop.
Look at that.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, you can spin shit all around.
How about that?
Whoa.
Get everybody
Okay.
fucked up.
Gonna make me dizzy now. Jeez.
Yeah, I told you I ordered this and I waited. I think that this thing's been out several years now.
Oh, is that the drifter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like before shipping, it was like 50 something. So it was like $64 all said and done. So at that price, I couldn't pass it up. And I really like the little thing. It's
They're
a fun
fine.
little,
You got the liner lock, right? Yeah.
yeah. It's
Little
a
front
lot.
flipper.
Yeah, it's a front, but you can also it's
You-
got the fuller,
you-
so you can
Got the
choose.
fuller. You can flick it. Except for I always fail it because mine's not very good detent, but I still like it. It's super thin little slicer, man. That thing is
Yeah.
like, it's thin.
Yeah, it's a super thin little knife. So I mean, if you like the style look of a traditional knife, a slip joint, whatever, with the clip point blade, but you want something that you can play with, then similar idea, much smaller.
Good little
obviously,
knife.
but-
Gosh, it is
Size.
smaller, and that's called the Appalachian Drifter, or just the
Yeah.
Drifter.
Yeah.
Okay, so this once again, this is like an 8-inch knife, so this is a big guy, but I can still get 4 fingers on this thing, barely,
There's
but enough.
There's the baby banter with it. Kind of give you a. This is the Appalachian Drifter 2. So the original one was not. It was a slip joint, I believe. It was not a liner lock.
It
Then
was
they
a
came out with a
double
2.
D10.
This is a liner lock or double D10. That's right.
Yeah,
I always get that wrong. This one's a liner lock, so it's the number 2. But it's the VV.
and before that, they made an actual just like lockback version, like slip joint with a lockback, and it had a different
Right.
name, but it was the exact same like look
Pattern.
to it.
Yeah.
That
So yeah,
that dealer out of North Carolina, I got the Concept Dozer from John. He sells them.
He sells drifters.
Yep.
but yeah,
One of my favorite CVVs.
This is actually only the second one I bought. The first one I got was just they did that little like slip joint for super cheap. I can't remember
Right.
the name of it. I didn't really like the way it looked, but I got it just to see what it was like, just to see how.
One of my other favorites is this
But, yeah.
one, the McKenna by Isham.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually dyed the scales on this one. They were tan. I kind of faded them green, which my camera's not showing a roll, but
I've got a tan G10, and I had a
I
brass.
wish I could highlight this. So me
Which
and
one?
Jack's lungs look so much not alike. I have been in there's a video of me on Mattisfaction's live, a live I did with Mattisfaction and Square State, and you can tell that I am definitely not him.
But if you didn't know, y'all are both kind of bearded. Bearded Doom, welcome, brother.
Yeah.
Channel member,
What's up,
how
Doom?
are you?
I don't think his
Great
is as
ogre.
gray nearly as mine is. I
Illuminati.
think he still has a lot of color in his beard.
He is very ginger in his beard.
Yeah.
It is ginger, isn't it?
Maybe.
like me.
I wear this hat almost 90% of the year, except for the 2 months. I actually have a summertime hat that's a lot thinner, so I can still wear a beanie in the summer.
And if you see Pocket Metal's hair, it is jet black and it's natural
Yeah.
and it's freakish.
Yeah, it freaked me out the first time he took his hat off when I met him.
But yeah.
Chicago Knife Works has some purple Ishams. according to Brother Beard, for $40. The
They got
Lazar
purple
and
one?
Purple G10. Yep.
I'm gonna have to hop on that. I need a purple knife.
Oh yeah, that's where I didn't buy this one on that, but this is the only other place that has this one for the price that I got it at. Everywhere else is still like, some of them are still like in the $100 range, which I think it's too much for this personally. But for $64, 62, whatever, then
It's a deal. I've got a budget knife coming to review tomorrow that I bought from Amazon after watching a Lefty unboxing. I'm on Chicago Knife Works here on the backside to see if I can.
Do you see Edgy Americans, Shane?
Let me go back. See, I get screwed when I go and try to do something. I miss something. Hey, man, but did you contribute to the cowbell?
Fucking Christ. Or whatever.
Who's got the? Somebody had a
Sabibi, what is the
Satisfaction with the goat that was screaming when people donated?
Yeah.
That shit had me cracking up the other night when he did that. I was like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, it's a little toy thing that makes it a really...
All right, guys. For some reason, they've got expensive ones too, but this is a Damascus. Let me share it. At Chicago Knife Works for $55, $13.95 with bezel.
That's the one I have.
Did you get the Damascus?
Yeah. So, I mean, according to
carbon fiber bolsters.
Yeah. So it's supposedly a powder 9CR Damascus. And the ever so great Neves Knife said it's a great Damascus steel that holds an edge for a decent time.
Hey,
now,
he's run the test.
I ever know that? No.
Does it come with a nylon sheath?
Like a champ.
Like that Damascus.
Yeah. So several people have said their Damascus is decent enough, and at that price, I think it must be okay.
It is good Damascus. I have the button lock that everybody hated. I won it from Lefty.
I got the Odium here in it.
61, 118.
How does that fit your hand? Can you get like a full grip when you choke up on it?
On the Odium?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
I mean, don't be wrong. It's a little knife, but I can get a full grip on it.
Yeah.
This was the first knife my wife bought me.
Very cool.
Even the premium ones are on sale.
So yeah, they're all the same. It's just different blades. So the other one is a Nitro V. At one point they did an I think it's S35 blade, but that might have been just on the double detent one.
All right, I'm getting confused because this one's carbon fiber too. So this one's only 76,
right?
But this one is 90 or 89,
and that's different blade steel. It's Nitro V.
There you go. Thank you.
Yeah. So,
I think mine was. What did I pay for that one? I think it was just under $100 when I bought mine.
Yeah,
I think mine is S35 actually.
Yeah.
I remember having a higher ranked blade steel on it, but I don't.
For what I mean, it's so thin. For what you're gonna use it for, I think it'll probably hold an edge decently enough. You know what I mean?
This one is S35 VN, but I don't know if it's a locking one.
It's not. That's the double detent one.
Pretty sure mine's S35 because I remember it was like right around $100 for S35, and I was like, "Holy shit!"
This is S35 for 61, but I don't think it's the locking.
Yeah, that's.
But I don't see any.
One. They only do all my Micarta ones in the double detent.
Yeah, see, mine's Micarta, but it's got the bolster is carbon fiber.
Right.
Interesting, but that one had a flipper.
Right. But it's
double detent, right.
Yeah.
The locking ones, I'm trying to get past and under your head here. It's on the front because it's a front flipper. The other ones, the flipper's in the back on the double detent ones.
I don't see any marking on blade steel on mine, but I'm pretty sure it's S35.
So the deal is this one right here.
that's the cheapest one, and that's why I got it. It's the liner. I wanted a liner lock one, and I wanted whatever. And I don't hate the color combo.
No, the color combo is good. I was
dark
just kind of
red.
curious. I think it's really done
Burgundy.
nicely.
Yeah.
Carbon fiber bolster.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
It flicks great, and I can use it right, left-handed. You know, you can use your thumb to. Oops, I got it down a little bit. Thumb to flip it. You can use your finger to flip it. You can come over the top. So it's a good little like thing to play with. And also, you know, it's a knife.
Hey, so
Yeah.
Isabella.
It does the knife thing.
I like it. It's a good little knife. I like it.
Yeah, for sure. I think what this, to me, also what I was thinking of it as is it's, you know, a little bit more blade than your average, you know, Swiss Army knife.
Right.
But it's a little bit more, you know, fidget friendly. So it's in that kind of, you know.
So
Yeah.
it's slip joint thin, huh?
Yeah. I mean, for the most part, it's maybe a little bit thicker than. It's going to be thinner than. Yeah, it's like almost exactly the same as the Ohio River Jack, just a little bit thicker.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And that's, you know.
Well, Chicago Knife Works, you know, guys, I don't ever go to this website, which is probably a good thing.
They have lots of shit for cheap, for sure.
That was the only place you could get the angry watermelon for a while, was at Chicago.
Yeah.
Traditional pocket knives. Why am I looking at these now? God, I'm so screwed. I'm going to get back in here. Ooh, what's going on, Adam Wynn?
So with your newfound slip
Yes.
joint love,
It's not love yet. It's kind of infatuation.
I got this pocket metal. I won this in a giveaway from whose live Blue Creek was on with. I can't remember whose live it was. But I won that.
Rough Rider.
That's the what is that? A Patriarch, I think it's called.
I can't keep up with their names that they give stuff, but yeah, they seem to be made decently well. The one I wish I would have got was the
Got a good action on it.
They did one that was a Warncliffe's way back with the natural look in my card, and I wish I would have got that one. I think that's been my favorite one that they've made so far.
How do you think the walk and talk compares on this knife to a more traditional? I mean, it seems pretty.
This has got a heavy pull on it.
Is that? I
sure.
like it like that.
Yeah. So most, like, I don't think any of my, except for like 2 of my GECs have a pull that's this strong, and so yeah, it's when he, you know, I talk to Austin pretty frequently. When he was making this, designing this, it was designed as like a work knife slip joint, you know, like something to be hard used and shit. That's why it's got, you know, decently thick stock on it and shit. Like it's meant to be, you know, a user
And not a closer on you.
I love this little guy.
Yeah,
And I was just looking at that. Do you
The
have one
hedgehog?
of those pocket metal? Yeah, the
do not.
hedgehog. I went back to TW traditional pocket knives after this one came in, just looking at more slip joints because I'm an addict. I didn't buy one. But that one, the
This-
green micarta, was.
This
Is it got a
one,
spring or is it a double detent?
no, it's
It's
a
a
slip joint. It's a spring. But this particular one was a gift from Big Red to me because he knew I wanted one. And it's actually, if you look at close, it says sample on it. It's from Blade Show that he went to and picked it up
Oh,
last
sweet.
year. Yeah,
yeah.
How is a pull on it?
it's good. I'd give it probably a 6.
So yeah,
From my experience with slip joints.
are hollow ground,
Right.
Yes.
whereas these weren't. Now, see, that's the Austin. You know how people were saying that the EMP EDC knife looks very similar to the knife that QSP ended up putting out.
And it's 14C.
Yeah, and so Austin was kind of sent them the design this, told them how he wanted it made, and up till then they hadn't actually made a slip joint like that before. Shortly thereafter, they come out with that knife, which takes a lot of cues from what he sent over. Even the way the long pull looks and shit is the same.
Right.
So he was.
They take liberties with that.
Slightly upset, but they do. He did do his own version of it with the jig titanium. So you can only get that on traditional pocket knives.
Yep, a lot of guys have that one.
He does have another knife coming out. It's in the works. I'm working on some stuff with him with it, and it's going to be pretty sweet. I'm pretty excited. I'm not supposed to talk about it at all, but I can say he's got something coming out, right? Without him getting. I'm not
noted. I'll keep an eye out.
Pictures he sent me, so
I'll keep an eye out.
So the Hedgehog, I mean, for $57.
It's a solid slip joint, bro. If you don't have one.
I agree, Bearded Doom. I think that, and I don't think it's just QSP. Maybe Riot doesn't, but
here's the thing. So he's upset with it slightly. I talked to him about it, but he's still gonna work with them. So you know what I mean? It's not like it was that much to where he doesn't want to work with them anymore.
I'm pretty sure EMP's still working with them too.
So
they might still be working with him, but I know they didn't do the last what's it called, the one I missed out on because I wasn't, the one that just dropped. That's
the Ronin.
The Ronin, yeah. That's not.
No, they're so from my understanding, QSP will continue to do the nimble because they do them so well. But everything else has been through Best Tech. So the Ronin, the Relative, the newer Nimble X, I believe, was Best Tech. But they're still doing the Nimbles right now. QSP is.
Take care, Illuminati. Get a good night rest, buddy.
That's what I heard anyways. I could be wrong.
Have a good night, man.
Well, you can buy the QSP. You can buy the Nimble on eBay for $39.95 all day long.
Yep.
And I bet they made by QSP too.
And let me tell you something. It came from QSP, and Grateful Panic was going to just see what the quality was because I don't have a liner lock nimble, but I have a couple of nimbles, and we just ordered one. He ordered one just to see what it was like, and it is a freaking nimble. I mean, it's like they shut down one shift, they go out, and then they continue making them and put them to another person to sell them.
See, and it makes me mad because I was vouching for QSP for so long because of the quality they were doing these at, but to hear them do that kind of shit, like, I don't like it, man.
It's still quality. That's the bad thing.
Yeah.
The blade steel's different. They say the blade steel's different, but there's nowhere for you to really check, right? I mean, when you look at the one on eBay, I want to say it's D2, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, D2, but when you look at the two side by side.
390.
Right, but the blade looks the same and there's no designation on it. So they could have used different steel. My only thought is that QSP and other, because it might not be all being made at one place, like Shane says, there could be people that make blades, people that make bodies, but that they make more than the order because they know it's a popular knife. So instead of making,
but they're still doing John wrong doing that. You know what I mean? Like, that's messed up.
Sure, but they don't think of it that way. That's what's screwed up about the different cultures. So maybe that's why John and Austin continue to keep the relationship because they just know that that's the cost of doing business in China. Someone who really wants a nimble is not going to go buy one for $39. I don't think.
Yeah, well, I mean, it depends upon why you like the knife, right?
Yeah,
if you just like it as a shape, and you're not. If you're a person that would have normally just been buying gas station knives,
absolutely,
then you might just buy that one.
Yeah.
And is that really affecting their sales? No, because that person isn't going to spend $300 on a fucking knife anyways.
True.
You know what I mean?
And a lot of those end up overseas. They stay overseas. They never even make it to America.
Shane, jump on so you can share and pontificate with us. You're not even in all caps. I'm worried about you.
I mean, most people never even heard of EMP, ED2.
No, they're very
unless
new.
you're a diehard fan like me and you own all of them.
Well, no, I'm saying that most people's never heard of them. Most people's not even going to look for them. They might find them by accident on Alibaba or eBay, but it's not a knife that they're going to go search out. Those are typically going to stay overseas just like the fake bitch codes and fake spider codes typically stay overseas. They never make it to the U.S. They're, not that they don't get here. I'm saying, as you know, in general, because the markup on American knives is ludicrous. I mean, a $200 spider toe here is, you know, $300. Because I see guys talk about it sometimes. They're $350 or 300 to 350 euros, which is even more dollars.
Yeah.
In those countries, and so they're going to buy. You know, they get a knife that looks like an American knife at substantially less money. They don't have to pay the VAT tax because they get hit with that on top of it, and they get, you know, what looks like an American, you know, design / whatever knife at a discount.
I don't. Here's the thing, like Shane, I don't think anyone in this fucking stream is the people that you would be addressing.
No, Shane's taking the other side. He's saying he doesn't even want to talk about it anymore because he just thinks people should buy what makes them happy. He's a kinder, gentler Shane now since he started
I don't
going
think that's what
shirtless.
he's trying to say. I think he's going to go on as, you know, don't buy blah blah blah, only buy the American blah blah blah, whatever. that's no one in here is buying fake Spydercos. Except for I've been trying to, because I have my Crewwear blade still, and I sold the liners out of it, and I just want to get the fucking little liners so I can build another goddamn Spyderco without having to spend $200 to get fucking liners. I seriously have been trying to find the PM2 on AliExpress, found it, didn't buy it. The next day it was gone. Like they took it out. Now you can only buy the 3. Fucking pissed.
I've got liners for a PM2.
You do?
Yeah, I broke my Maxim at PM2, and I still got the liners, the scales, the blade, everything.
Holy
Look at that.
shit. We're gonna have to talk about this. I need to get those. You know that Bill is doing the custom micarta and stuff, and so someone sent him the Crewwear Crew Carta Spyderco, and he messed up the liner somehow, and so I sold him. I have that one. I was like, here, dude, I'll sell you just the whatever. I sent him all the parts. I was like, take what you need, and we'll part it out. Like, so now I have a blade, the micarta fucking scales that are thin pieces of shit anyways, and some random hardware, but no fucking liners. I hated those big ass liners anyways. So I'm trying to find just the little liners. Awesome. That's why I should have did the first place. I've been looking for a fucking week.
And you found 2 sets here because Stone Hands has some black liners from a PM2 that he needs to get rid of also.
I just have a fucking blade in here somewhere.
I've got a set, or Stone Hands has a set. I mean,
He taped
you
it
know,
up.
black set. What color set do you want?
In all honesty, probably just regular, because I'm planning on doing like the bronze anode for it, and then having everything anode, not like the heat anode, because that's what I did originally on this one, and then getting natural micarta scales, but just not these little thin pieces of shit that everyone's like, oh, this micarta is so good. This shit sucks.
Spyderco does good G10, but I've not been impressed with their micarta.
Just this knife in general pissed me off because I had wanted to buy it and then get like Flytanium or some other kind of micarta scales on it. I just wanted the Crewwear knife. I didn't realize that it was the only Spyderco ever made PM2 that had full liners. See, they make no scales for it.
The liners to the Crew Carta are different than the...
On the Crew Carta one, yes. So the one that comes with the natural micarta scales on it is a different set of liners than the one that they do with the G10 and the Crewwear, which they didn't come out with until after I bought this one. And I'm not going to buy another fucking $200 knife.
Yeah.
I just bought the
But you can use the blade and then use some liners and get the knife that you
now
want.
taped up because Bill taped it up for me. But yeah, so this thing's been This has been over a year of me not having. Plus, this particular one that I got, the action was just all fucking shot. It was never good. Like, it was the worst Spyderco I've ever bought.
But yeah, we got the satin liners that come out of the maximum PM2 that I can send you.
I got to get a different lanyard tube for this one so it stops rattling. But
That would drive me nuts. I fucking hate.
there we go. Trying to show the scales, but the light is not cooperating.
Are those Metin Boss?
No, they're from Knives Plus. I can't remember the sub brand, but they're like, it's like a bronze topo on them. It's cool.
Yeah, I think I'm
That is
gonna do like a black micarta on this one. This one's still like probably the one that I use or carry the most. It's
And that's
the
a pair of
little guy.
3?
Yeah, with the Rex 45. I just like that size. I think it fits.
That's the
great.
one I carried. My pair of 3.
I've got to try a
Today.
pair
Did
of
you do
3
the
again.
acid stonewash on it yourself?
Yeah. Only one I've ever done, but it turned out pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. You're getting ready to
Thank
do another
you,
one. I'll
Johnny
send you
Casey.
mine.
Yeah, let me get you a wrench, brother.
Johnny Casada.
Let me get Johnny a... Thank you, brother. Let me get you a wrench.
So a while back, this is completely skipping topics now.
Got a wrench.
Todd
Thank
Carr
you, brother.
said that he was talking about, we were all talking about the thin, slicey, hollow ground blades or whatever, and he's like, that's great, except for if you use it on, doing any kind of wood stuff with it. And he's had, problems with that where he chipped stuff using it on, thin hollow grind on wood. And yes, I definitely wouldn't suggest it for that. But for small sticks, which I had one here because I was doing it earlier, and just seeing how it felt to like slice up, this did fine on just like a regular, this is off the trees out front, so it's either cedar or some sort of pine or some shit, and it worked fine, like doing little feather sticking and shit on this guy. I always do that just to see how it feels to, use
Cut
that,
wood.
that kind of shit.
Pocket metal and season.
Blade Ogre, what has a hard pull that made you just cut yourself? I didn't see what y'all were playing with earlier.
I don't know where my bulk Selkirk is. I'll have to find that. That's the one I usually use when I go camp on my fixie.
You're sucking a golf ball through a garden hose.
I just saw that too.
Or next time I go camping, I got to give this thing a run for its money and
Thank
see how
you,
it does.
Johnny Quesadilla.
That's a
Casada.
big
Big
old
ol'-
knife.
This big old beefy thing from off grid.
What's the blade steel?
Cryo D2.
So now I've never fucked with Cryo D2, but that's like one of the things that's
Neither
always
have I.
like, kind of funny to me is making outdoor knives in D2, not because of the fact that they may patina. I'm not gonna say rust. They may get a patina, but D2 is known for being chippy. So, if
Well, I'll find out when I use it.
Yeah.
I've never used it either, so.
that's
But
why
this thing's a chunker though, dude. Like, let me show you where is it? Here's the sea snake.
Gee,
Thing's fucking chunk. It's a chunker.
that's a backpack knife.
I won this in a giveaway too during the 24-hour knife live. This was what's his face? Knife junkie or knife whatever.
Yeah,
What
Bob
is-
DeMarco.
Yeah.
Bob DeMarco is legit. He knows his fixed blades, and he does like the off grids. He has them quite a bit. El Cap Addict, thank you, brother. Wrenches are free, guys. Just reach out and say, "Hold on a second, let me get you a wrench." This is no cowbell night here. You don't have to.
So I found this one in
don't
my
tell anyone,
drawer.
man. You've got yourself enough money for a hell of a Taco Bell run when you're done.
And you know where I'm going.
Gavon. I found this one in my drawer the other day. I forgot I had it.
Is that a Bradford? Or
No,
is it
it's it's designed by O-Stop Hell, and I'm pretty sure it's a Lion steel. Real steel. Sorry.
Oh, nice. Little Hawkville
Yeah.
kind
And it's set up as a neck knife too. It's lighter than the G one though, the G cleaver.
That's one place I've never wanted to carry a knife.
around
Yeah,
my
it's
neck.
a little.
Around my
It's
neck.
hard to get. It's hard to get to it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not
just-
really.
Well, because like I always wear hoodies and shit, so I want to tuck it in the hoodie, but then I can't get to it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
it
they
just
say you're
doesn't.
supposed to do that, like where you wear it under your shirt or some shit, but I don't want a fucking knife bouncing around on my stomach.
I mean, how you gonna get to it quick? You know what I mean? Like
You
you,
gotta
can't,
go under.
right?
up.
Like
Makes no sense. I don't fucking
Edgy American doesn't have a wrench. You're a moderator.
I like carrying scout carry usually.
I don't.
That's what I
On your
rock.
back?
That's how I carry this guy. No, I do cross draw up front when I scout carry. Yeah.
Yeah, you're skinnier than me. If I try to cross carry and cross draw, I'm gonna fucking end up spilling my gravy someplace.
I usually appendix carry or just
That's a
drop it in
Bradford.
my left pocket. Yeah, that's the Guardian 3.
Yep.
I had the first thing I did, and if you do it, you'll end up breaking bits. But I replaced those scales. It was the hardest scale swap I've ever done in my life. So much so that I had to use the 2 bits that come with the scales. Those broke immediately. Then I went to Amazon and bought a pack of 25, and again, they weren't as good of bits, but they were the only spanner bits that were the right size,
Right.
along with a soldering iron, a
I keep trying to
$12
highlight
soldering
it.
iron. So they came in the same day, and I held the soldering iron to the hardware for a very long time, broke the first bit. Look who's here. He knew Pocket Metal was here. Our favorite.
This
Hi,
one
Ian.
lives in my camping
So,
kitchen
guys-
gear usually.
I see. Gonerai
That's a
said
condor.
a neck knife is good for long distance hiking, but now, granted, I haven't done any long distance anything after my fucking knee surgery. But
Right.
that being said, this little guy, like the kind of backpack I carry, has the fucking where you can just like clip shit on to your backpack. So that way, I mean, if you're carrying, you I'm guessing if you're long distance hiking, you got some sort of sack pack on.
That's how I usually.
I would rather
If
just
I'm
have-
hiking, I got it on my strap on my backpack where I can just pull it. Yeah.
Much better than me personally, having something, flopping around.
And then,
this
of course-
is not too heavy or whatever.
And of course, you got your Moras.
Yeah. I have a bunch of those too. That's I think if you
That's
if
hella
you're,
cool.
It's your influence, dude.
if you're
And then
fixed blade
Lefty
curious,
did this to me in the middle of the night with dark magic. The only reason I know it was him is when I got the confirmation and realized I'd done something terrible, that I used his
you
code.
didn't do something terrible. You did something.
I know, I did, and I like it now. But I knew
I'm
I
tempted.
would, and I now I'm going to go down a rabbit hole again.
So,
and
so here's a question for everyone here: has anyone else got the email to become a Real Steel affiliate?
Mm-mm.
They sent me a fucking link to be a Real Steel affiliate person.
What's
I'm
your
like-
cut?
I'm like, why are you guys wanting to ruin your company?
dude, do it. Shane went totally. He did the right thing where he. Thank you, Vince.
That's funny because like even Austin was like, he's like, do you want to have an affiliate link? I was like, do you want me to have an affiliate link?
Blade Show's going to be awesome. I'm probably going to end up sleeping in my car unless I go to LJ because I want to stay around the area where everybody is. I don't want to drive an hour away, but I might not have to sleep.
If you can get me a discount at TPK, yeah, get an affiliate link. Anything
There's
No, but what
no-
I was going to say is Shane.
Stevie has one. Stevie has one. Fucking Lefty has one. Fucking, I don't know. There's other people that have them. You get like, I think it's like 10% off or something off. I think. I don't know.
Because
But
these went back
it's
up.
not going
These
to
were
work on
sale.
GECs if that's what you're saying.
When I bought this, I want to say it was $105 because after the Lefty code, it was under $100. But when I
Yeah.
went on today to buy another one, which I'm glad I didn't, it was back up to $125, still on sale from $145. but not as low as it was over the weekend when I fell victim to this. And this is not the culprit. It's just the fact that I know it probably won't be my last one.
I
Get the sheep's foot.
I did.
Yeah, I told him to get the sheep's foot when we were talking a couple of weeks ago. That was just my favorite looking one.
Like that one.
But
I love it.
Momentum.
Yeah.
And I think I'm just going to carry it in my pocket. I don't think I'm going to sheath it out or slip it out. I think I'm just going to be the pocket dropper guy. Junior Miz.
Does this look familiar to anyone?
oh god,
That does
those
look
in my
familiar.
stock drawer. What are you talking about? Oh, never mind.
I finally got the Weenar, the Minax.
Very nice. I'm going to make you big for a second because I've been wanting to see that knife. How do you like it?
It's actually an awesome knife, dude.
Dude,
But man, does that look like
it
a
does
pecker?
look like a
I
penis.
can't look at it without laughing though. That's the problem.
It is such a pecker. But
If you put it in your ear and show it like, oh, you got earbuds.
yeah, I've been sending pictures around like that. like that.
You need to slide it through the front of your pants.
But the blade is so
Yeah.
wicked looking.
It's a really nice knife, though. That's really cool.
and I bet you the
God, I
handles,
can't get this focus.
if it didn't have that little bolster look, it looks comfortable.
Yeah, it's got a really cool texture in here. Ribbed for her
You rub it
pleasure.
too many times, do you get tape all over yourself?
If they would have
It's-
called
yeah.
it the Gnar, it would have been a perfect name.
Very nice.
That would have been perfect.
Yeah, I asked my wife. I was like, "Does this look like anything to you?" She's like, "Yep, looks like a black dick."
There's no
It's like that's why I married you.
And then she followed up with, "I've seen quite a few."
Yeah, and I told her it better not end up in her bedside table.
That's funny, dude.
Such a cool.
Have you got
knife, though.
anything else cool in?
Yeah, I did. I got, which people probably may or may not be fans of, but I got a Liang Ma Lanny.
Ooh, let me make you big again.
So that's not the CRK one, right?
This is not. This is the Riot made one. It's like, yeah,
Did you
Really
see the
well
CRK one that they made?
it does have some CRKT coloring going on here, though. I don't know why this won't focus, but
For whatever reason, they made one, and then they made it assisted open.
yeah, this one's action's phenomenal.
Yeah, I for a long time I wanted to grab one of the micarta ones.
According to Lefty, the reason they make them assisted is because they don't know how to do detents.
Yeah, this one's got a perfect detent.
Dude, that one's
Riot one.
awesome looking. And can you flip that fuller?
No, it's too buried in there. Like
Yeah, I got
can't
you.
Really, yeah, it's flipper only. Got a lot of flipper only knives lately. The clip is I don't know, not the hugest fan of the clip, but it works okay. It's a little hard to get it out of the pocket, really. Kind of stiff.
Did you find that new or did you find that on the secondary?
I got this on Arizona Custom Knives. It was $250 when they're on his. Well, when they were in stock, they were on his website for $420.
Nice.
So it was a pretty good deal. It's like brand new too. And I got this one today.
Uh-oh, make you big again. Ooh, you got the same blade shape that Jared was reviewing, that Poon with the
The
Tanto.
harpoon, yeah.
He said it was
Yeah.
the best. He said it might be the best knife he's ever handled on his review this afternoon.
It's
How do you
it's
like it?
good. It's
How much of
really
those?
good.
How much of those go for, Ian?
I think they were $375, $385, depending on which one you got.
Oh, that's not as
Micarta
bad as I
average
thought.
more.
All right.
Yeah, the micarta one was like $10 cheaper, I think.
And it's bigger than the Tempest, isn't it? Or is it about the same size?
Yeah, let me see. It is bigger. If I can find it.
If anyone
Sorry
wants
about that,
one,
guys. I was
I'll
putting my
just-
kid down for bed, so.
There you go.
Yeah,
Oh no, it's about the same. You're right.
good.
Or
Thank
if
you.
that's what you said.
I've already spoken for my next knife.
I'm still waiting on my pulsar, so.
I've got my pulsar in, and I guess I'm waiting for my mash.
Well, I'm waiting
Got the
for a mash, and I'm waiting for a
micro
microburst as far as pre-orders.
Yeah, I passed on the microburst. For some reason, I've hard passed on the pinion and the microburst. I don't know why. They just didn't hit my jam.
Oh, dude, the pinion's such a good knife.
I played with it. I handled it at Blade Show.
The action on mine is the action on my pinion is freaking awesome.
The actions are good. For me, it's just, and I don't want this to sound the wrong way, but to buy $80 knives, and I buy them kind of often, it's easier for me to kind of hold out, not buy knives, and then get one that I'm kind of chasing. And right now, Dark Gravity's got one that I'm very much interested in. So, you know, I'd love a pinion, but at the same time, I'd rather have this knife. And
right, I get it. That's like me when I was collecting my nimbles. I didn't buy much else for a while because I was collecting nimbles.
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, and again, I got to do. I ordered, I think, a pretty cool knife. We'll see. It's a Miguron that looks like it's a good budget knife, and I will get them. But those are the ones that I'll kind of give away, you know, down the road.
Right.
But
I haven't tried a Miguron yet. I keep hearing good things about them though.
Man, I'll tell you, I haven't tried a budget Miguron, but I've heard really good things about them. But I do have 2 AM8s, which are Migurons.
Javon, you could unbigify me now.
Oh, dude, I'm sorry. I've had Jeff lift up a knife bigified while I'm just talking.
I was sitting here like, how long are we gonna stare at Ian?
Ian's so handsome, and he just looks so angelic. Even though we know he's made people cry this week that work in companies and customer service.
So, Edgy posted something that said that Heretic was making a slip joint, and I just went and looked at it on Instagram. It looks pretty badass.
Heretic's making one?
Yeah.
And that's what Edgy said he was waiting for, because he wants to get one.
That's pretty badass. Now, I don't know if they're going to all have this finish, but this one has like this crazy anodized finish. If you look on their thing, it's pretty badass.
Dude, you don't have to sell it. It's sold. Have y'all ever
you
seen
got
one
there?
of those? Oh, dude. You can show them.
This is what John's wanting.
Only because Dark Gravity's wanting it to find another home.
Sure, that's your excuse.
And there's a story behind that knife that makes it extra special to me. Show them the back spacer.
Dude, that's sick.
Show the back spacer.
Oh, all the little skulls and stuff?
Hell yeah.
All the brass skulls. You probably can't see it with the shit. It's real tiny.
Flip it open. Countess Anne is a Zebra girl.
And it will cut the shit out of you if you get the sun in the wrong spot.
Made up in New York.
I'm not that familiar with that brand, but that's cool looking.
Yeah, check his website out. He also does jewelry, but it's Michael Zieba. Zieba. I wasn't aware of him until.
It's
I don't
one of 6. He made 6 of them like this, and they got, but each one has a different blade. The blade's done differently. Like there's one that's just regular stainless steel, one that's one form of damaged steel, another form of damaged steel, then one where the handle's blue, and this is the only one that's all black.
It's called the Odin, right?
Yeah, it's got the Norse god Odin on it, and then a bunch of other stuff. I'm sorry my camera sucks, or I would let you see it better. And it says on the clip, it says Tilt Valhalla. And then I believe, inside of it, it has some kind of runes. I can almost get the light to let you see it.
Dude, it's so sick. I mean, I got introduced to him.
So what's the price?
About $5,000. But if you go to the table price, they're about what, $758?
The table price on them now is $750.
$750.
And online, most of the plain ones, just a plain titanium handle and a plain blade, they go for $650.
He said, "I'll trade you manufacturing areas for it."
I wouldn't trade that for it. I think that thing's way cooler than that area.
I'm not a big fan of the area. It's just, I mean, it's great quality. It's just not my kind of design. I mean, it's each his or her own.
Yeah, it's
But no, I
different.
already John money, so I'm giving it to him for a discount.
But it's a sweet knife, guys. And like I said, I wasn't aware of Michael Ziba until we went to the Nashville Custom Knife Show 2 years ago and went to his table.
Yeah.
And then I started looking because he also makes knives, pocket metal, that are like gentlemen's folders, but they're daggers when they deploy. And the Ziba girls are
Minimize.
epic. He's got like 2 or 3 models, and they're not the ones like you see at
Minimize
like
dark
the
gravity.
Microtech. They're not cheesy models. They're elegant. Like,
This is the weirdest way of doing it live. There you go.
sorry about that,
Thank you.
but that is an absolutely beautiful knife, and to actually see it, because that's all kind of laser etched or carved like jewelry into it.
I got
mean,
a few of these. I'll trade you for it.
I'll make you big and keep you there.
No. I was just saying that because he specifically said he wanted one of these last time I was on a Friday stream with you guys. But Chamie happened to be walking by in the background when you said who the maker was, and she's like, I like those guys. I like that guy's knives.
And he does really cool jewelry too.
Yeah, she's showed me a few of them on Arizona Custom, and he has some badass stuff on there.
Yeah, I think he does a good job. And he was a nice guy when we met him. He seemed to be. He didn't seem to be, totally arrogant. Tom Weingart, channel member, how are you, brother? Todd Carr, welcome, man. I know you guys have been in here. I've been leaving people big on the screen, getting sidetracked.
Yeah. All right, kids. I got to get back to work. It was fun hanging out, though, for a little bit.
I'm glad you were able to stop in, my friend. And I hope you don't work too hard. Go hang out with Dottie, hang out with Lulu, hang out with Shimiette. Work
I
tomorrow.
worked till 1 o'clock last night, and I'll probably be doing something similar tonight. Hopefully not, but we'll see. Anyways,
Well,
guys.
suck on a dick at least. While you work.
Later, Pocketmo. Take
Yeah,
care,
Night,
bud.
dude.
You guys have a good night. Thanks,
You
everyone.
too, buddy. Yeah, Dune will give you an instant poop.
I'm also going to sell my Malibu. If anybody wants the Malibu textured,
A textured Malibu.
I already got one of
Ooh, a
those.
textured one?
all black, the diamond plate handle.
I already got one of them.
You picked it up at Blade Show, didn't you? Did you hear that?
Which blade
What's
shape?
It's the reverse Panto.
But it's black blade, right?
Yeah, it's got a black blade, and then the black diamond plate handle. I can go get it too. I've got it set out. But I mean, everybody knows what a Malibu is. The black one.
You don't see a lot of black blade ones though. Did you get it in Nashville or did you get it before that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you did get it from what's his name? Not David. I always forget his name.
It's the guy that owns Protect. I can't think of his name now.
Yeah, the dude that owns it, who's always so nice. But he's good at selling knives. I think that's his gig. Bama Ninja wants to know how much you're selling it for, Dark Gravity.
Well, John told me no less than $350. I don't know what it's worth.
I think I paid just under $300 for mine when I bought it, my textured one.
I think I paid right around $340, and I got mine at the show this past year. But they're good knives. I mean, again,
Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
I picked up that knife, and the Mordax because I just love their flippers and their button locks.
For me, it's just too small. That's my only thing about the
Have any of you? Let's say, have any of you handled a Vero?
Yep.
I've always been checking them out, but I've never picked one up, and I've been tempted to lately. Is it worth it?
I think they are.
Yeah.
Which one?
I like the Axon. I have it. I'm trying to think which one A to Z has two of them. The one that's
I like
got
that
the
blade
flipper
shape on
back
that
there.
one.
Yeah, this
Not
is
that-
the Micarta. This is probably the most economical Vero. I want to say it was right around $285.
That's the Axon.
Titanium, yeah, the liner lock Axon. They also make a frame lock that's a little higher.
Okay.
But it's it's a good knife. Doesn't have really strong detent, but it drops,
Right.
and you can't fail it because it's got those fullers.
Yeah.
But I'm a big fan.
Yeah,
I mean, I haven't been a
Give you a
fan.
good deal on that one.
Oh, there you go. There's an Axon
That's high?
liner lock.
Axon frame lock, titanium handle. Yep.
That's a nice one.
This little guy too.
Oh, is that the?
Ooh, I like
The
that
mini.
one.
This one's got
The Mini's probably gonna.
red carbon fiber scales on it.
Mini's probably gonna be more my speed for me anyway.
Yeah.
Well, the full size is. I'll give you an idea because I've got a ruler right here. The full size is
This
a
thing's
bigger knife.
Freaking beast right here.
That's
XL.
the one A to Z has, but he has the
Synapse.
XL too.
Yeah, Synapse XLs is so sick.
I mean, you're talking. I'm a nimble fan, so I like the smaller.
I think the smaller is probably a 3-inch blade. 'Cause if I'm not mistaken, this one's 3.5. Let's see. Yeah, the full size is 3.5. So I'm betting the mini's 3.
So that's not gigantic then. All right.
Well, the handle is. Let's put it up next to my pair too. I think everybody knows what. I don't know which one's going to come out of here. I think they're all around the same length.
Is that the? Oh, that's the Tonto. Yeah. Okay. So it's about the same size as the. All right.
It's a little bit smaller than the pair
The
too.
mini is,
Smaller.
and that's okay.
This
Gotcha.
is the full size.
Yeah, he's got the mini he was holding up. Yeah. Okay.
Next to the Nimble Tonto.
Yep. All right.
And here, just so you get a good, here's the Nimble next to the full size.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I got to save my money before I buy one. That's for sure. So.
Well, they're out there.
But if Ann keeps that one around and he's willing to sell it, I'll definitely come back to that.
Ian's got.
It's got a light detent. I need to try to tune it a little bit. I think I put skiffs in it.
They all have kind of light detents. I put skiffs in mine too, but that's kind of part of
Yeah.
it because it's a top flipper. Besides, I mean, it's got the fuller, but it's a top flipper, so it's tuned for that. That's why I think
Right.
it's light. That's what Joseph said when I talked to him in Atlanta about it.
This Synapse XL is not a top flipper, and it's got an awesome detent.
That
Those
Malibu's
guidelines,
sweet.
too. Let's see.
You've got a Malibu.
Yeah, I like
don't
I like
you,
the
Ian?
Axon blade shape better.
Got that.
That's a
Love that
badass
slot.
knife, though. Don't
Yeah,
you
I've
have a
seen he's been-
Malibu, Ian?
Malibu, yeah.
I've seen
Need to move
Joe's
my
been
case
doing
over
drop
here.
more frequently.
But do you have one with a black blade?
No, I don't. I've got one of like the
he's
first.
got
the
he's got
first
the
runs.
murdered out one. Hell yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying. I haven't seen a full
Murdered
Murdered
out one
out.
with the black button.
with the texture.
That's murdered out. That's cool.
Except they did the what do they call it? The
You got the
Oh,
warning.
he's got the warning. Yeah.
That would be a nice set.
This is one of the first ones too. It's number 101, first production run.
That's
It's
my
got a
best murdered out
perfect
knife right
detent,
there.
too.
I bet your production number's low on that black blade.
It's not labeled.
Oh, that's right, because it was a
They,
show.
well, see, when they first produced them, they only produced 10 of them. And this is one of the first 10. I got one of the first 10, and A to Z got one of the first 10. But they're not labeled as that because he only made them for the Nashville Night Show with the black blade and black texture. It was when the first did the texture.
Right, and the black button.
A year and a half ago now. And when he was telling me that, he was just telling it to me. He was giving the impression that they weren't going to make more of them. And as far as I know, the black blade, black button, black handle, they haven't. But they did the version with the tritium button. I don't forgot what they call that operator version.
Yeah, I was to the operator. Yeah.
Operator where it's all black and has a tritium button. But they haven't done that I know of or I've ever seen just a full all black. Black blade, black handle, black button, black everything.
Dude, I'd hang on to that knife. That's a cool knife.
But
I
the
didn't know
thing
it had a
is,
black blade. See, I thought it was just like my black Malibu. Damn it.
see, the thing with it is the way I look at it is if it's just going to sit in a box, it's not getting cherished. And for me to have it, even if it is only one of 10, it doesn't matter. You know, it's just like the Ziba. It's one of 6. I know that because Michael told me that. And if you go look for them, you're not going to find them. But if it's just going to sit in a box, what good does it do? I just look at it. I have a different philosophy with it. I don't like safe clean. You know, I like to carry them. You know, I'll carry $1,000 knife and use it if I like it. If I do, I carry a Strider to work.
Right.
You know, and I use it. It's rust. It's got a rust on the blade. It's got scratches on the blade. You know, it's not. But I mean, somebody else may take this knife and love it, and give it the love it deserves. Where I've just got it stuck in a box in the office.
Right. I mean, that's one way to look at it. You know, I always think that I'm going to come back to it. Yeah, I'd like to see Ian's collection too. He ought to do a video. Probably take.
Yeah, I always say I got a few more coming in still, right? So you got to find that moment where you're like, all right, now it's a good time.
I'd probably have to break mine up in a couple of videos just because I have enough that I think I'd have to do that.
Well, I did members videos, and I've gone through. I've recorded all 4 cases, but I haven't done my hanging Blade HQ door hanger. But I've only released 3 of them. I haven't released them to everybody yet, but I will.
Yeah, I've got one big case that's got 60 some odd in there, and then I've got a smaller case, and then I've got some hanging up on the wall back there, and then I've got some of my fancy box from Drop or whatever Caviso, my little display box that I got. And then I've got fixed blades everywhere.
Yeah, I've got my
son's.
Grab them and go.
Here's my son's collection.
You found the perfect way to keep knives and say, oh, this one's got to go out of the case. I've got to sell it, or I can gift it to.
Yeah, it's going 1 or 2 places, right?
Absolutely.
Well, that's what's going to happen with this one when my oldest boy is ready, because I don't ever carry it because I don't care for it. The Elementum, it's going to end up being my oldest boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gave my daughter the opportunity of taking an Elementum, and she passed. She took the Chronic instead.
I'm trying to remember which one that was, the Chronic.
It's the one that looked just like the XR.
Civivi?
It's thin. Yeah, it's a thin Civivi, and the
I was going to say, it looked like
Chronic
this one.
was a
This
regular
is the XR.
Okay.
They looked identical. The XR's a front
that's
flipper,
right.
and the Chronic was a regular flipper. But the blades and the handle
Oops,
were
I failed it.
identical.
There we go. This is one I still need to dye the scales on, too. I got a few knives I need to dye scales. I'm about to have a day where I dye scales. But I think I got to buy some more dye.
I think that was Greg's girlfriend. I agree, Carco. I've still got that little Elementum. I've got uncommon composite scales on it. It was one of my first knives, and it's one that didn't quite live up to the hype for me.
Little elementum titanium scales.
Oh yeah.
Maybe I need to handle a different elementum, but this one for me just doesn't. I don't know. The action is subpar on this one. I don't.
See, that's how Crossface was. My action was good, but just nothing ever really. I never.
I'm
really
just not a fan of it. I don't care for it. I just don't. Just not for me. I don't know.
Yeah, this might end up going in the boys' collection. Good little knife, though.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you think about it, they sold a ton of them. It's definitely been popular. It filled a lot of people's, I guess, desire for that kind of knife.
Right.
It's just basic.
I bought it. I bought it early on in my collecting because it was such a big thing when I got into collecting. I was like, oh, everybody raves about it. It's got to be good. And then I got it, and I was like, I never carry it. It just sits in my case.
Yeah, I kind of learned a little bit about reviewers after getting to Elementum, and there were a couple other knives, but most of the knives I picked up have been good ones. I mean, and they're, they've all kind of come from, and I won't say their names, but kind of the same reviewers. Some of them are picks, but they, I can get an idea based on their reaction to the knife, how I'll react to it.
Right. Well, it's like
Marco, this one's pretty good. This one's got S35 yen.
I was like, JB reviewed this one. That's where I saw it first, and he didn't seem too keen on it. He thought it was okay, but I know from watching JB's reviews all the time, like, just because he isn't keen on it, I might like it still. You know what I mean? Like, so.
Well, I mean, a lot of knives are great knives. That don't necessarily mean it's organic.
Right. Everybody's got different tastes and different things they like, and
Yeah, exactly, and that's what makes it cool. I mean, that's why there's so many knives for us to look at, either online or at Blade Show or when we go to knife meetups, because everybody's got different jams, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I agree, Louis. I think the Manix 2 is a great knife, and I hear the 15V is fantastic. I've not used it, but I love sharpening knives.
See, I had the Manix 2 lightweight and the Spy 27. And I never carried it. I ended up giving it away to JB for a giveaway. Cause I was like, dude, it's just sitting in my case, and I didn't care for how that ball lock. It felt stiff and like slow to me. I don't know. I didn't like it.
Yeah, I don't know how it would be on a lightweight, because I've never been a big fan of the lightweight Spydercos, but you can get a lighter spring. OCD for EDC sells a kit. They make a kit with different balls and a lighter spring. But what I found is, once you use that spring, and then I read a hack about leaving it halfway open, halfway shut overnight, and then just use it a lot, it breaks in. And I've got it now.
For me, the other thing for me with that one was it was such a bigger knife. I didn't care for the size of it. It wasn't. But yeah, other people love them, so hey, it went to somebody else.
Yeah, I mean, that's what's good about having people in the community that you can gift knives to or give knives away to. I'll tell you what, y'all talk amongst yourselves for a second, because I've got to find something to give away here in a sec.
I hate when you leave us alone.
Right? It's like, oh crap, what do I talk about?
Well, say, I don't do this. I just come on here to bitch.
Right. I haven't made a video in a long time myself, so. But
I come on here to talk on mute, apparently.
Right. Welcome back,
Z-Man, did you get the Ronin? Are you interested in that one?
No, the Ronin and the Relative didn't really speak to me for the blade shapes and styles. I wasn't in on them.
Yeah.
So. And
Did
as much as I
well
love
on that,
Huh?
I feel like the Ronin was one of those kind of, you can go either way. People might not like. I think he did
okay on it. I don't think he sold them as quick as he was the Nimbles, but as much as I love the MP, I want to start branching out to other things too, like Vero, So.
Yeah.
But I'm waiting on that Kunwu Pulsar, so I'm excited to see what that's like when I get it. But it's coming from China, so it might take a minute.
I'm surprised sometimes it comes pretty quick from China.
Yeah. Well, they gave me a tracking number, but it doesn't work in the USPS system yet. And the site that it takes me to for China tracking doesn't really give me any information when I put it in. So I'm like, I have no idea where the fuck it is. Like, but it'll be here eventually.
Be a
When
nice
I
surprise when
ordered
it shows
stuff
up.
that comes straight from China, you have to like pay to get into their little tracking thing.
So
Like the couple that I've had that come straight from China, it's like you have to join some tracking system, you know. And I'm assuming they want money from you to do it.
I bet they do.
It takes you to some kind of links and stuff like that. That it's like, you know, with the U.S. Postal Service, you can get advanced tracking where like you can GPS where the fucking truck's at or whatever. I don't know.
Right.
I haven't paid for it. I assumed it's the same kind of deal with the tracking from China, because when I've ordered stuff that's coming from China, I never get tracking, and usually until it gets to like Oklahoma.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited because the Pulsar's LMAX. I've never had any LMAX, but I also got this one. I showed this earlier. But this one's also LMAX. So now I've got two knives. I'm gonna have an LMAX. I've never had any LMAX before, so I'm excited to try it out and see how it holds up and
I like it.
Put it through the paces, you know.
So is the line steel katana that got you, Blade Ogre? All right, guys, I'm going to make a public service announcement before I show the knife that we're going to give away. I will always give away knives on my lives. I will always write down your name and your address when you send it to me. I am slow to ship knives because I travel for work Tuesday through Thursday. And then usually I chill on the weekend. So I say that with, I promise you, you will get the knife if you win it. It might take a week and a half. It might take 2 weeks. But I'll stay in touch with you, and I promise you you'll get it, and you'll get swag with it. And if I hold on to it for longer than I feel is even within my, comfort level, I'll throw something else in with it. So don't ever feel like you're not going to get it. But tonight, we are going to give away the Civivi, not Elementum, but it is the...
is that the Imperium?
Yes. Carbon fiber and V10, I think, or what is it?
I don't have that one, but I remember looking at it and then thought about buying it, but I never did.
Let me make myself big for a second. It's actually a really good knife. It's all these knives that I still have are knives that have stayed in my collection for a reason. This one is drop shutty.
Got some neat
thumb
scales.
studs. It's got a fantastic finger choil. It's a front flipper if you like front flippers, which I absolutely freaking hate, but they work. Not like that unless you're good at it.
They work.
They work. But you can reverse flick it off the studs. Whoops. It's a longer knife. I want to say it's a 3.5-inch blade, but it's never really cut anything. It's never been carried. And we'll give it away tonight. So what we'll do is we will see if I can find this here. And y'all talk amongst yourselves. Here we go. All right. I'm going to get this ready. I got to come up with something. Let's see. We're going to make this an easy one.
I got to carry this guy some more. I haven't carried this very much. My jumbo penguin.
All right, so we're going to put this in the chat, and we'll keep it open for a while. But that is going to be our hashtag for the Elementum. Not the Elementum, the
Imperium.
Imperium. Where did I put it? Here it is.
You already lost it.
I've got too many knives for Ellie. But it is. It's really a good knife, guys. I was back there looking at some lesser than great knives that will eventually get given away, and I figured tonight, since we were doing this for Pocket Metal, we'd give away a good knife. And this was a $100 knife. This was a more expensive Civivi. And BOD stands for Beard of Doom. Man, the myth, the legend.
I got to go hang out with JB this last weekend, and I got my coin.
Nice. Nice. I love Saturday Nights Live. I love Jody. I got to meet him at Blade Show. He was one of the warmer fuzzies that I met that weekend, and I met a lot of warm fuzzies.
He's one of the best people I've ever met in my life, and I'm glad to call him a friend and hang out with him. And yeah, dude, he's awesome. Absolutely blessed to be a friend of his.
He is a great guy. Y'all keep putting that in there. I'm gonna leave it up there for a while. I just took it off so it wouldn't make us all tiny.
And I learned when you go and get food with him, because I've done it numerous times now. You got to watch him because he's slick. That motherfucker will go and pay behind your back and not tell you because he's that generous.
He is that generous.
You got to watch him. I'm like, damn it, JB, let me pay for something.
Did Shane do something kind again? Oh, look at him flexing for virtue points. I'm kidding, Shane. You're a good guy. You know I love you.
Shane is a good dude.
I am disappointed that you got a shirt, though. And I will, but I will no longer be a member. I might unsubscribe, and I will not come to lives nearly as often if you're not shirtless. Because I think you've got a niche. And A to Z EDC, Brother Jeff used to tell us that if we were ever going to get an audience, that's the way to do it. And you've actually done it, and you've started kind of a thing, so you've got to stick with your thing.
Not only that, he'll show nipple for you, too, if you ask nicely.
Well, I think he got filtered a couple of times on that, so maybe nipples are out. I would even be happy, and I would stay a member even if he didn't.
Last time I saw him, he had some like makeshift pasties going because he was trying to be.
There you go.
YouTube compliant.
Is that a thing? Right. I didn't realize that was a thing on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Hey, I saw an interesting. I'm not even going to talk about it. But I saw an interesting post on Instagram.
Well, hey, John, what we need to do we need to get Shane one of those mesh shirts that all the girls on Instagram wears that are technically see-through, but that's okay because they got a shirt on. We can get him one of those shirts that you can technically see through.
And you can say it'll actually poke out of. I know the ones you're talking about.
That's what we need to do. YouTube compliant.
Shane does have some small man nipples. I've got small man nipples, but I'm a small man.
He got hair worn on his fucking body. Are we even sure he's a man? Because he's got this little patch on his chin that
he calls a bird.
My 12-year-old has more hair on his ball sack than he's got on his chin. And
God damn it.
No hair anywhere, none on his head. And he doesn't claim to have alopecia, so if he does, I guess I'm just fucking with somebody with a disability.
Have any of you played with this one?
Is that a Sencut?
Yeah, the Sencut Bronte.
I've not, but I've heard it's good. I've got some of the first gen Sencuts.
It's a top flipper too. It's got but it's got a fuller on it, so you can snag it with the finger and. Well, D10's not great for it, but give it a little extra oomph. But it's a good little knife.
Is this one Best Tech or Riot? The GOM?
Riot.
It is? Okay.
Mm-hmm. You're not getting rid of your GOM, are you?
No, I'm just putting all my Riot stuff in one case. I think I might have
that's the other thing. I don't have nothing from Riot. I need to get something from Riot.
Ian. Don't put all of your Riot in one case. The reason is you'll realize how much each one of them costs, and you'll realize the value of that case.
Right.
Oh, you mean like my nimble case over here?
Well, I mean, if you get a whole case of nothing but nimbles, you might have a problem.
Did y'all see Shenanigans video on Sunday?
Case and realize it holds 49 at $300 a piece, just say average. And you've got.
I try not to think about it.
Well, the case that doesn't have the Riots has like some high end shit in it too. So, I don't know.
Go watch Scotch and Things video where he's driving around in the car and he's talking about what he spent on knives in 2002, the conversation he and his wife had, and the way he's going to try to be better in 2022. But again, it's very responsible. He didn't do anything crazy. He just didn't realize until he took inventory, what he had. And again, he even factored in, because it's a really fascinating video because he talks about it, about how his wife asked him, why do you think you need knives? And he's like, I think it's kind of like an addiction. I like shiny things, But he said, I traded a lot of knives, and he figured 15 to 17, he got in trade. But when you look at the overall, that's 1,000, by the way, not 100. But when he kind of goes through it, it's pretty fascinating. And it made me, because I keep a spreadsheet. And when I forward out knives, this will go off the spreadsheet after somebody wins it. But I've got what they listed for and what I paid for them. I've never auto-summed it, ever. Never will. I've got it for my insurance agent. I've got it for my tax guy if I need it for whatever. I just got it, right? Because I'm OCD. Right. But I don't ever auto-sum it. I don't want to know.
Yeah. Nope.
Nothing good is going to come out of that. But it's a responsible, and even Scotch and Things, Steve made that point. He goes, we don't need to stick our heads in the sand. We all need to just know. You need to be aware of what you're collecting and why you're collecting. Mm-hmm. Do I need the next Strider? No. I mean, he goes through a lot of things that I thought were pretty insightful. Yeah. And I like him. I think he's a good guy. I love his content. It's real, and it's just him driving around on Sunday, running errands, talking to his phone about, what he just went through, figuring that out.
Do I need 12 penguins? Probably not, but do they make me happy? Yeah.
Then you need 12 if they make you happy. That's only for you to decide.
See, I started tracking mine last year, and I did for...
All right, we got 32 entries. Do y'all realize I never ask for likes either? Because I don't want people to feel like they have chores when they're here hanging out. Anyway, I'm just standing on the soapbox.
That's code for go like the video, guys.
Don't like the video. You don't have to like the video. You don't have to send me free shit. You don't have to do anything except just be my friend.
And don't track your purchase.
I had to go check to make sure I liked it. I was like, wait a minute, did I like it?
No, you got to track your purchases sometimes. I mean, but I don't ever go back and calculate them up. For some reason, again, because a lot of times I don't remember ordering the knife.
I can do math pretty good in my head. So if I just look at the spreadsheet and see the numbers, I start calculating.
Well, then you don't need to do the spreadsheet, but you probably know exactly what you've got, don't you?
Y'all ever have the moment where you think about the money in your pocket, not just knives, but like all your EDC stuff? And you realize how much money you're carrying in your pockets.
Believe me, I've tried to pay with it before. People don't see the value in it, at the convenience store.
Yeah, I started writing it down last year, and I told you about it, John.
Mm-hmm.
I started tracking, but the thing is I would go look at the sheet when I would go to write something else down on it, and I would see all these numbers, and I can process numbers. I mean, I'm no math genius or nothing, but I went to college for mathematics.
You're kind of a savant when it comes to math. Give yourself credit where credit's due. You might as well be a metallurgist.
But no, I went to... that's what I studied in college was mathematics, and so I'm decent at that. And I see all those numbers laid there, and I'm just like, okay, it starts processing 6, 8,000, 1,400, 1,800, 2,000. All that just starts processing, and when you realize after 3 or 4 months, you've done spent a shit ton of money. Because I didn't just keep up with knives.
A shit ton of money.
I keep up with all the EDC stuff, whether it's a wallet or an ink pen or a flashlight.
Right. Well, that's what I was saying. I was sitting in my car one day and I was like, I have a $300 knife in my pocket. I got a $100 pen, a $100 pry bar, an $80 wallet. You know what I mean? Like, I started thinking about all these things in my pockets and all the money in it, and I was like, holy crap, dude. Like,
I got $2 grand in my pockets and it ain't even cash.
Exactly. Like,
You know,
I set my vape under my microphone. I was like, where did I just do with my vape? That was weird.
but what's crazy is out of all the
Like
flashlights on the side, this is the best fucking EDC flashlight on the planet. And I hate
Which one
that
is that?
it's kind of a shot. Sorry, Shane. Fucking Olight i3T EOS.
It's a good
see,
one.
I've been
It's the perfect size. It fits in my pocket. It doesn't look like I have a second pecker, in my pocket. It lights.
I've been a big
up
fan of this little guy, the Dapper Ion.
I had a problem with it trying to remember how to use it.
And it fits nicely in my little pocket dropper here with my little Leatherman PS4 squirt.
See, I've got those things, and they're in a fucking box in there. So I don't carry them. I need to sell them too. I got garage built gear pouches I need to sell. I got hitch and timber shit I need to sell. Because it's just sitting in here in a box. But I just love the i3T. I'd love to get an Oklahoma that's the same size.
Yeah.
But
I like
want it size, and I like the push button.
I like my Baton 3 for work, personally. My little Olight Baton 3. I think it's awesome for work, man.
Gonna Ross, see if you could find a lost vape.
It's just too big to me.
Hey, Javon,
Yep.
did you see Beard of Doom gifted 5 memberships?
I did not. Beard of Doom, thank you, brother. I did not see you gifted 5 memberships. Thank you, my man. I'm looking in StreamYard and I'm dyslexic and I'm OCD.
I have
Thank
an
you,
i3
brother.
or i5 somewhere. For a long time, I had their little keychain light on my keys, but then I
Thank
found
you,
myself
Bob.
carrying 2 flashlights, and it got kind of redundant. So
I just carry. Well, at work I have to wear a light on my hard hat because I do maintenance,
right,
and so I had the both hands and a headlamp just to make sense. But I've used this.
And Bod, you're a moderator. Thank you, brother.
That's just because I'm old and can't see. I'm always using it to look for shit.
Gary,
Oh, Gary's up.
so is that, Gary, did you put your hashtag bod in? Did everybody get their guess in? Are we ready to draw? Ed Harrison, channel member, what's up, brother? I've been missing everybody. Guys, I've got to get better at the chat. Dwayne Letterman, channel member.
what's up, sharp guy?
Sharp
Blade
Guy
Ogre.
GX.
Oh, I didn't even see Demonox sneak in.
You guys got to get your guess in. We're giving away the Civivi Imperium in carbon fiber and Nitro V. Is it Nitro V or VG10? I think it's Nitro V. I can't remember. I think, is it VG10? Let me look at my
it's Nitro V.
spreadsheet. Let me look at my spreadsheet. I'll tell you.
He's got a detailed spreadsheet.
Kevin's trying to say something via text. I'm going to ignore him. It is the Civivi Imperium is Nitro V, carbon
Yeah, I
fiber
feel like
with silver
I feel like
shred,
Nitro V.
$105. I got it for $89.25 before shipping. And I just failed it because I hit it with my finger. But I'm going to delete it. I'm going to delete it off my list because it is no longer in my collection.
Well, shit, I'm sorry, Demonox. I guess I'm just been oblivious tonight. My bad. He goes, I've been here since the start.
Demonox.
I had a long day.
All right, guys. Y'all got your guesses in? I still only see 35 entries and 54 people in here, so I'll give y'all 20 more seconds.
I didn't enter, John, so.
I didn't enter it either, so.
Well, y'all can enter for somebody else. Well, y'all don't have to enter. Like I say, no pressure here. This is just a community fellowship hour or two. All right, guys, I'm going to draw and we're going to see who wins. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Leland
really-
Phil.
Leland Field, and Leland was the last one to enter.
Hey, that's good. I'm glad he entered.
He timed it just right.
It was really teasing us with the slow roll there.
It does it. Leland Phil. Leland, I'm going to give you an email address here in just a second.
Congrats, Leland.
Congratulations, brother. And thank you for hanging
Congrats.
out with us. And then if you'll just email me your mailing address to does it shake my whole table when I do this?
I don't know.
Y'all get seasick?
No, you're good.
Sweet, but if you'll just email me your address at kniveslive2021@gmail.com. Or you can send me a message to J Evans Knife Addict Life on Instagram, but they get buried. So if you get a chance and you remember, please email, and I'll put it in there again.
Javon, you got one of those RFKs for the first live, right? That we all pitched in for?
I did for
That's
Knives Live.
Yeah.
Absolutely, dude. That is a lifetime knife,
That was so
That
cool
is-
to be able to pitch in on that, man.
dude. You don't know how much I appreciate you guys. That was just
I-
absolutely awesome.
I felt so out of place in that chat that we had going on because I was like the newest like channel and kind of a nobody, and I was with all these big names talking about let's do something for these guys. I felt so out of place, dude, but it was so cool being in that
Dude,
chat with all
I'm
them.
telling you, we're gonna have such a huge Knives Live 2023.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, Edgy, I won't take that long to get it out. I'm gonna prove you wrong because I've got 2 that are ready to go, and then one from Friday night that's ready to go, and then I'll get this one boxed up. I'm trying to find the boxes that they came in, and the Utech deck that was one Friday night is the one that's been difficult because I've got a closet full of boxes. I have cases full of knives and closets full of boxes. But yeah,
I had to go through and like throw away a bunch of boxes because I was like, man, this knife is staying in this, collection. This knife, unless it's like a nice box for like the nimbles, I won't keep it. You know what I mean? If it's just a generic like Best Tech box like this little guy, I toss it. Like I don't.
well, the only reason I keep them is if I forward them along, I figure somebody might want the box and stuff that came in.
Right.
A lot of times it doesn't work out that way. The last few I've had to ship out in Tucson boxes or in Civivi boxes or Civivi pouches.
I've got tons of Civivi pouches. I usually send those out. I'm like, here, take the pouch too. Just
Well, it's easier to ship a knife in a pouch, not just because
Yeah.
it protects the knife, which it does. And I always throw in a little troll candy because I don't know really what the weather's going to be, and I'm in Alabama. But yeah, and I wish I didn't keep boxes, but I think that's part of my OCD, and I just feel like,
don't get me wrong. I've still got a good sized drawer over here full of boxes, but I try to minimize it.
I need to. Doom, you can't get rid of your boxes until we get you a case. El
I
Cap
don't-
Addict, I do need to do pirate ship, but I gave my daughter, she just graduated college, so she doesn't need it anymore, and I need to get an eco tank anyway or a laser. But I gave her my printer, so I don't have a printer here. So it's just not as easy. So what I do is I go to the UPS store. I've got one right next to the Publix I go to that's literally, it's embarrassing to say, 5 minutes from my house. So I stop by the post office and I get a bunch of the little boxes, or usually I've got knife boxes here that knives come in, and I'll box them up. I'll take them down to the UPS store. I UPS them out unless it's a PO box, and then UPS will send it mail for me. But I
Yeah.
feel better with UPS, and it's just easier. I don't have to stand in line. But I do use their boxes. Well, guys, is everybody good? It's getting to be about 11:30 here. Thank you, Leland Phil. I will get it out to you, brother, and I'm going to prove Shane Gable's wrong, and I'm going to get it out to you Saturday at the latest.
There you go.
There he goes. I just heard his email come in. But guys, I do have to get out because I've got to get up and go to Taco Bell to eat late, and then I've got to be up at like 6 o'clock to go to Gadsden, which is about an hour and 10 minutes away. And then Wednesday, I get to go to Birmingham. And Thursday, hopefully, they won't have any appointments, and I won't have to go to Montgomery. Oh, I am hiding, Ian. Gee whiz. Poor
That's
Ian.
all right. I'm over here organizing shit, so.
I thought you were taking something
here.
apart. You're either organizing or taking something apart.
This is my knife maintenance time usually. Yeah.
Well, guys, I appreciate everybody coming. Z-Man, you got anything you want to say to the lovely people before we go?
Everybody just take care and stay sharp out there.
How about you, Ian G?
Yeah, man.
G is for gracious.
Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick unless you're Kevin. Then you're okay. You can be a dick. How about you, Dark Gravity, my brother from another mother, who's holding that Z before me?
Blame Amazon as to why my microphone has not showed up yet for those who can't hear me good. I ordered a fucking microphone like 8 days ago, and it still ain't showed up. But it took Amazon a month to deliver my fucking clamp I ordered last time. So
Dude, I will send you a microphone tomorrow. I've got one that you can use. You don't even need that one.
It has to be a specific one to work with what I've got. I can't.
I just roll with my earbuds, man. I don't even use a microphone.
I don't know. I thought about trying that, but it says I don't know. Fuck, I don't know shit about this, and I just.
Hey, dude, you do good, and you've got good content. You know this stuff.
I ain't talking about that. I'm about the fact
Harrison,
that
I love you, brother.
everybody wants me to be on here with a microphone, and I don't know nothing about all this shit. That's why I don't have a YouTube channel.
Hey, we'll get you fixed up, brother. You, like I said, the content that you've got is so good. We'll find the microphone. We'll get you amplified.
Of course, I'm over here trying to figure out. I've got 2 different lights that I've been trying to figure out how to set them up to get the best lighting effect, and I still can't get it right. So
Nobody wants to see you, man. It's better to turn them on.
It looks good, guys. Look, I love
There
all.
you go.
I appreciate all of you. I hate that Pocket Metal had to do work tonight, but I'm glad he got the pins out of his hands. So, till we meet again, guys, please look out for the guy or girl to your left. I'm probably pointing to the right. Please look out for the guy or girl to your right or your other left. And just look out for each other. Don't take everything too seriously. No, we're all different, but we all love sharp stuff and we love each other. I love you all. Go forward with love in your heart.
love y'all.
Choose debate over hate. Peace out.